So tonight's Giant Embers campaign. Big game happened last session. You guys were preparing. You guys had just defeated Harlot Craghelm. And you're preparing the next step on how to overtake Ragnar Stormbearer with Wolvig. When Avon was reached out to by Pina, talking about the Royal College was missing many high-ranking members. And then the Arch-Chancellor came and took you guys to the Golden Throne of Krav. It was there you learned that Ragnar was killed by the Krovian forces, thanks to Wolvig showing them the way, and he was paid a handsome fee of 100,000 gold in the process. Then you guys dealt with or discussed some of the fallout, some of the stuff that happened because the war was now over, thwarting your plans for redemption. After that was over and you returned, or you went to the Royal College to check in on Pina, Dervesh snuck away into the Ambrose noble house, where he pulled off an escape for his family, his parents, and his brothers. Escaped them from Ambrose unbeknownst to any of the guards or the head of the household. You went to the Royal College, where you talked with the Arch-Chancellor about the encroaching void and Ma, the parasite, and how she has overtaken the Hanan lands, and how you escaped barely with your lives and with a small Minotaur force. You also learned that Pina may have a love interest in the Royal College, and we saw the two Avis fluff their feathers at each other. You return back to Sky Castle Rind, where you begin to kind of plot out and discuss your next step of this journey, knowing you have quite a bit of side quests and backstory stuff to do. You learned about the Great Sword Wrath Incarnate and how to forge it. You talked of building Avernus more into your image and giving the Minotaurs a place to live. You have the Soul Coin, which you took from Halric Craghelm, which you learned contains the soul of Magnus's mother. And then just a little sprinkle, and you know there's a Kraken threat south of the city of where you are. And the Grandmaster has been quiet for some time, but he's still out there plotting, scheming. So with this recap over, Wolfheart clan on this 26th of Lothus spring morning, as you guys have rested for the evening, what would the six of you like to do?
How established is our town? Everywhere.
I think we just started building it.
We didn't even get that far.
Yeah.
I thought we were just basically telling them, hey, this is our land.
We
Yeah.
just got back to the castle.
I guess we're gonna start building them.
Yeah, let's start giving orders to the Minotaurs to start building their own huts and shops and whatever they want to do.
Okay. So this is kind of like the landscape and where you're going to be building on Avernus.
Shit, look at that. That was
Beautiful.
amazing.
And this is just like a screen that shows the pictures, so we can chat about whatever you guys want to do. It has something cool in the background.
Is this land farmable?
Yeah, it can be, yeah. And you're on the coast, so you can set up fishing, farming, go deeper into the forest.
Rizzo can show these guys how to sail some ships and fish.
Ignore that.
What a roll!
I have to fucking... Yeah, I have to click the I for all my spells now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
First things first, what I'm doing is I'm going to do the 24-hour cast for plant.
Okay. What are you thinking?
8 hours. You enrich the land, so it's better to grow.
Okay.
But 24 hours of it?
8. I didn't mean to say. I thought it was 24, but that's whatever.
So half mile radius. You center in on where you
Just
want
in
to
the
build the
town.
city. Okay.
Yeah.
So some farmland will be a little more fertile, close to the town. Fertile land. Got it.
Well, all the
He's gonna
Minotaur.
start working on a shrine for a place of worship.
We having the first hurrah fair church?
Fuck yeah!
Oh yeah, church hurrah fair.
So Siki's working on a church for her offer. Okay.
Siki's gonna be a pastor.
So would you guys like to break this up by like what you'll do today, and then once you guys all figure out what you want to do today, we could do like a downtime stretch, and you can spend however long you want in downtime to explore stuff, or do you want us to do today and then go to the next day?
How long do we plan on doing this before we take our buddy Magnus here to get his throne or title, whatever you want to call it?
I think we said 2 months.
Yeah. Helped them get a good foothold established.
Two months would definitely be a new warlord already.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. That I think a month would be too long as well. Since oh boy went back already instantly, and he's already back home. We're over here. He's got a lot of gold. He could establish himself as the new warlord.
Realistically, we only have to hang out for like a day or two, because as long as we tell people what they need to do, and as long as they can have food.
All the Minotaurs
leave
had they had all their own jobs before too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I
They-
imagine
They used to rebuild their town daily and rebuild walls, so I'm pretty sure they can
Exactly.
build a town pretty quickly. We can just establish them real fast, a day or two, show them what's up, and then head out.
and we can clear out a spot for the keep, like in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So when we come back, we can. No, we're not taking the keep, are we?
We're not taking the keep.
Yeah.
No,
so
it'd
let's
take
just
too
park
long.
it. Just park in the middle of the town or wherever we want it.
So are we just gonna take horses?
Ships. We had to take ships, right?
It's We're gonna across sail the across the land lake? first.
Yeah, we gotta cross the land first. Our
We got
plan
a
was
horse that we
to.
didn't throw away.
Yeah, we have our horses that we didn't feed to anything.
Yep.
So we could
You're okay. They've been being taken care of by
Rex and Gargax.
yeah.
take them out on a walk so they didn't get fat. So, you know, stuff like that.
The only thing that Rizzo is worried about is should we take Sarge with us? Because he may leave us.
He never
So
gonna
just-
leave us.
Never gonna leave
Well,
How many times does he need to tell you?
it.
He's left a few places already. All right, and he may leave with the ship. He knows how to fly the motherfucker.
We can always fire
Doesn't
step.
matter.
We can fire step too and literally kill him in 4 seconds.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that.
Don't test us, Sarge.
I ain't never gonna leave you.
Plus
Got it.
Greg is there. And Greg 4.
We're not
He's
gonna take
awesome.
anybody else but us. We're not gonna try to take a force.
I didn't
I
think so.
think we should.
I think subtlety is gonna be key here.
Yeah, I figured leave Greg, Goliath, and Greg 4 here to help kind of defend or pick up heavy
Okay.
shit.
We
Whatever.
can't keep marching these poor Minotaur into fucking battle.
I wasn't talking about the Minotaur. I was talking about our buddies on the ship.
Oh, the
Oh,
Dr. Gregliath and stuff.
Yeah, all of our friend, our crew. This is the Minotaur's land now. Like you said, we're establishing land for them and a place for our hurrah fair and our family.
yeah, I think
What are we gonna bring? So we got Gregliath, Rash, and Gargax, like, and Sarge.
I say we just leave them all here.
Leave them all
Yeah,
there
I think
Yeah.
to help them in the
What are
city.
their generals?
I think they will appreciate the non-chaotic
Okay.
life stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
agree.
if I would
Yeah,
be
not disagree.
comfortable leaving that quickly, though. I just stole my family back from Kashmar. And he's literally just across the water.
They can come with us.
Fighting what we fought, I don't think that's a good idea.
I feel like we're not going to fight though. We're not gonna be fighting saline people or anything.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Are they just going to bow before you? Or
Nah.
are you going to have to earn their respect?
We have to earn it, but we're not gonna fight our own people. We're not. Typically, like with the burning tree.
We will be safe here, and we can keep in touch. That's what we have Avon for. Is your walkie-talkie.
So your plans to leave first light tomorrow?
I say at least a week stay here.
You say a week?
Yeah,
2 weeks?
Okay.
just to help the town get established and like at least a little bit of defense.
Okay.
Rizzo definitely wouldn't mind taking off his suit and getting back in that water. That's for sure.
So let me give you guys like some options, some ideas. Just kind of show you. Chaboop. Kazoom tight. So on Avernus, which borders the Viridian Thicket and the Gulf of Storms, you know, in the Gulf of Storms, some kind of Kraken threat is preventing ships from coming in to the Gulf. So if you ever want to do some kind of trade or take a ship out, you have to deal with whatever that Kraken threat is. And then on horseback, each square is 1 day's travel at a normal pace with horses. You have 4. So if you travel through the Viridian Thicket to go towards Alheim, if you went that way, going through the forest is a little bit longer of a journey, or if you take the road, it's a little bit safer. This will give you kind of an idea of where you would travel to. So however you guys would like to travel, and what cities you plan on traveling to.
That was gonna go. I'd imagine just take the road all the way up to Alheim, then up to Curador. Take a ship out.
Take a ship straight to Sleet's Landing. Go straight to the capital.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So then in the meantime, you want to spend a week or 2 weeks?
I say a week.
A week? You didn't queue up when you talked to Siki. So in this 1 week's time, is there any major things that you guys would like to do? You can kind of,
Working on our church.
you can dictate like some buildings that the Minotaurs might make, or maybe some type of defenses you'd like to set up, any type of produce or anything that you'd like to get done for the city. Mainly right now the Minotaur just have tents, and there is like access to wood. They just have to go, chop it down, come bring it back, start to build. But being
We can
as
also use rubble from the city, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
just make
I'm
repairs and stuff.
gonna probably ask for like 100
100 what?
gold. I haven't had gold on me in months.
I'll give it to you.
Kids don't need gold.
Let me take it out the bag of holding. Actually, do I have money on me? I don't have 100. Never mind.
I guess we could set up the 3 major things, really. I mean, we've already established some ground being cleared and cleansed for some food.
Mhm.
Definitely need a hospital area and a blacksmithing, because without blacksmithing back then, they ain't gonna have shit. Because they need nails, they need everything.
Mhm.
So get those 3 things set up, and I think they'll be good to go. And then maybe try to find a path
Alright.
or place for food, like storage, but
After after I do the plant growth spell, I'm gonna probably gather my family and then let everyone know that I'm going to be over at the Royal College for a week. I'm gonna try and get them set up over there.
You're gonna take your family to the
so
college?
they're a little safer.
Okay, interesting.
They would be a little more protected in a more established area.
That makes sense.
mm-hmm.
Till they got a secret spy that tells them that family's there.
I don't think Koshmarn has that.
You don't think Koshmarn has that?
Not in the Royal College, no.
I'm sure there are spies there, but it wouldn't be too hard for somebody to sneak through nothing to get them.
So on the first day, you guys go into the process of the most important things you want to work on, or setting up a church to Hurrah Fair, blacksmith, and having like a medic or healer, like ward or section. And then you're working on getting the farmland profitable. And on the end of the first day, Zervesh, you tree stride to the college?
Yes.
Zervesh tree strides to the college, and with him he takes his father Nadar, his mother Serena, and his two brothers Tarhun and Torin. And none of your family members have any sort of like magical ability, but with your guys's because you're seasoned adventurers, you have Pina there, you're friends with your Arch-Chancellor, it's pretty easy for them to give them lodging.
And I'm gonna give that 100 gold to them to start something they want. It's overkill, but it's enough.
To your family?
Yep.
Okay. Nice. So at the Royal College, at the edge of the grove on the southeastern side, where the Ursus Druid, he takes your family in there. So it's a little bit away from like a lot of the magical grounds, but he has a couple small huts on the outskirts there that he can, by the glade, by the pool glade where you met him in the first time. But he's happy to watch over your family for you.
Alright. I'm gonna try and join the Adventurers Guild too.
Okay,
Might be a good way to collect information on some places.
sure. So, if you want to join the Adventurers Guild, let me bring this up really quick. So the Adventurers Guild at the Royal College is a small subsection of the college. What they do is they are they're not bound to being like spellcasters or lecturers. They're more of a society of adventurers who are interested in collecting magical items, being peacekeepers for far off realms, and exploring what was lost when Almadune sacrificed himself and the eons that happened in between the sacrifice and the awakening of the races. So when you visit, there's a draconic female. Her name is Jaxie. She is the same type as you. She's a storm draconic, a little bit smaller, but much older. She looks to be in her late 70s. And she greets you, knowing who you are because of your family, because of your guys' reputation. She says, I'm happy to hear that you're interested. But tell me, why are you interested in joining the Explorers Guild?
Figured I'm going to be exploring many new places anyway, so I can always just work on gathering information.
So what we like to do is we try to split our resources amongst those in the Adventurers Guild. And if you were ever to visit a far-off land and bring back what you can. Or if you would like to know of particular areas to visit that we are interested in, we can also provide maps of the sort. Maybe we can even provide more information on items that we are particularly interested in collecting or learning more of. Is there any places offhand that you are interested in learning more about on your expedition, or do you feel that just because of what the 6 of you accomplished, that you just like to take notes as you travel and then report back to the Adventurers Guild?
For now, I think I would report back to the guild. There's always a chance I may come back and ask for more information later if I find something, though.
It is good to hear that you are here. I would also like to tell you that the Arch-Chancellor has sent a few of us towards the Haunted Lands to try to explore and reaffirm information that was given to him by your group 2 days ago. Although their journey has just started and they will not be there for some time, maybe a foothold can be made by the Adventurers Guild once you get close to wanting to return.
Maybe. But warn them to be careful. I don't know how the lands would react to the living go.
They will have the full support of the Royal College, and the Arch-Chancellor has a particular interest in this. And they are fine adventurers as yourself. I'm sure they will be fine.
If you think they're as good as we are, you might want to send. It is not a kind place.
Part of what we must deal with is our resources are not as great as we'd like, but I know you might have heard of the forged dwarf Hori, for he is one of the adventurer guilds and he has taken a keen interest to the Haunted Lands. He's a fine fighter, many years of come and gone in his life, and I'm sure his warhammers will have something to say if the undead rise against him.
Well, hopefully they stay safe then.
I would request too that you will allow me to send you messages if I have, let's say, something that I am keen on having explored. Maybe if you're in the area, you could look into something for me on your travels as you pass through.
Well, of course.
She smiles and she hands you this small little gold trinket. And on it, it's just it's a big A, and it's like a larger G around the A for like the Adventurers Guild insignia. This just symbolizes where you are, and if you ever come across others in our guild, they will give you aid, and we expect you to give aid in return.
All right.
And that she bids you a farewell. Your parents have taken a liking to the Ursus druid. I can't remember his name.
How dare you?
There's so many NPCs. Archdruid Typhoon. Which is this guy right here. Your father and mother seem to have taken a particular interest to the griffin roost that the Archdruid also watches over. And they've been asking him questions about taking care of griffins and how much they eat and how long do they live. So as Ravesh is at the college, is there anything else major that the 5 of you would like to do back at the castle?
I just want to help on getting the perimeter set up, fence.
Okay. You're building a huge wall.
Huge wall.
It's huge.
Try.
Huge.
Be the most fantastic wall ever.
Can I look in my library for anything on Maw?
Sure. Not much is known about Maul, so the library is pretty sparse.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing you're able to uncover about Maul is her name is now Ma, but at one point in time it was Maul with a W. And she's pretty ancient. She's been around for so long that the language translations accidentally dropped off the W. So what once was Maul is now Ma. And she's just went by Ma ever since. But she's been around since the beginning, it seems like.
Okay.
But there's still like much shrouded in secrecy about her. On the third day that you guys are there, a couple Minotaur that were in the forest collecting firewood and hunting game, they left in the morning, about 8 to 9 Minotaur. And at nightfall, one of them returns and he comes running back and he's covered in blood, dried blood, covered in dirt. He has a noticeable limp and he rushes into the camp. We were overrun. Hill giants in the forest, not far from here. We fought back as best we could, and we laid one to rest, but they took the others, and I'm all that's left. And he collapses on the ground. So people rush over and they start to help him, give him water.
Guess we have another problem to solve.
It's always going to be something.
When don't we? Alright, guess we gotta go take care of them. So we don't have a problem while they're hunting.
Well,
Is he like awake, or did he collapse and pass out?
He's still awake. There's a couple of Minotaur tending to his wounds, but he's awake and he's like laying in the mud.
How many did you see?
7 or 8. They had large wolves with them. They carried them back and they went deeper into the forest.
Maybe we should ask Gregliath if he knows anything about hill giants. Might give us an upper hand.
We can ask, yeah.
There's always
Sir Dr. Gregliath.
There's always something that will be close by the city for threats, but you guys can try to take care of this, or you can let them take care of it.
Nope, we'll take care of it.
You let them take care of it, you know, it'll
We must
We'll see what happens. But keep in mind too that if you take care of it, it takes time. There's always threats by new cities.
True. Maybe we should ask Gregliath how much of a threat it really is.
Zavesh is still gone. On the Sky Castle Rin, Ezor's been hanging around for the most part. He's taken a keen interest on how the city is going to be built, and he's even helped out where he could, carrying stuff. He's even hunted some game for the Minotaurs. Dr. Gregliath doesn't seem very interested or cares much about the city. He's kind of kept to himself, but when you approach him and you ask him about hill giants, he spits. Filth of the giant kind.
Do they live in large groups or cities, or?
It depends if they have a chieftain. They can make strongholds of their own, Or if they're a tribe, they may just be wandering through. I don't know if your Minotaur are keen to the forests and know how to navigate quietly, but they may have just drawn attention of a passing group.
That's a good point.
They are stupid. They eat a lot. They'll eat till their stomachs burst. He kind of shrugs. You've met one hill giant, you've met all hill giants.
Do you know like any giants except fire giants?
We are the true giants. We only bow to cloud giants. That is only because they are more powerful.
That makes sense. I was just asking.
Would you like me to handle this threat?
Are you offering?
I'm bored.
I'll go with you. I'll make sure he has fun. Let's go.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna take care of it, then I think we're heading up north. So you're gonna stay here.
But I want to watch the giant fight. It'll be amazing.
You've seen him fight. He's a whirlwind of death.
I know. It's amazing.
Perhaps we could speak to Eozar and he could accompany him to assure that we clear out the problem.
I mean, is it worth clearing out, or do we wait until
If
they start
anything,
imposing
he can
the
just,
city?
they can accompany the hunting party and assure that they're doing what they need to do. That way we don't have to worry about.
I mean, that sounds fine to me.
Yep, sounds fine to me.
Send the generals. Take care of the fucking light work.
Well, Gregliath
light
is
work.
bored though, so
I know, yeah, right?
I mean, if you want to go kill some giants, do whatever you want to do. We don't command you.
I will speak to the one that was injured. And if I feel that I need to take care of it, I will go into the forest and find them myself.
Sounds like a plan. I think we need to get ready to depart soon.
Don't take offense, but could you handle 8 hill giants and giant wolves by yourself? I've never seen one, so I don't know how giant they actually are.
He holds them up to himself and he goes to about his shoulders. 10 feet, 12 feet. The numbers may prove difficult, but my blade has fallen worse.
Don't get yourself killed. You know to fall back if you need to. If you are able to do that.
Fire burns in my veins. I will not retreat.
Well, Godspeed, friend. Good luck.
He leaves Castle and he starts to walk over towards the settlement. Talk to the Minotaur. Sarge looks over. He's going to leave you.
Nah. He ain't ever gonna leave us.
He
Doesn't
might.
he, Sarge?
He may one day.
Well, he does have to go back home and help his people. That's why he came here. So,
Just like Eozar. We don't command them.
yep. So yeah, he may leave one day. But as for now, he's just going to take care of some business. Like us, Sarge, we are going to go take care of some business. So you take care of the castle and wait for us. Wait for us. Can you do that?
I ain't never gonna leave you. I might hunker down to the blacksmith and see what I can do down there once the castle is okay.
Just do not panic. We'll be back.
If we are attacked, should I fly the castle out of here?
Yes, and shoot on your way out.
Hmm.
You don't want to lose the castle? Shit.
If they are attacked, they can. I think they can handle it.
Well, if they are attacked, the castle should probably be in the air. Shoot cannonballs down.
Yep.
I'm sure Gargax and Resho will man the cannons. They're getting pretty good at it, it seems like.
They should be happy now. You know, no more crazy undead dragons trying to kill us and all that shit. So they should be happy at the moment. They may have signed up for more than they thought.
Well, I'm sure we will stay in touch. But if anything does happen, you need to stand your ground. Abandon our new home again.
What level fireball scroll would you like to make?
Speaking of which, what are we calling our town now? Did we decide on that? New Abraxas?
New Abraxas. I actually kind of dig it.
New Braxis.
New Abraxas.
Yeah, because I can't remember what I was calling it before.
It was like Wolfrenness.
Yeah, Warfurness.
Wolvernus?
Wolvernus? Sounds about right.
A furnace? Yeah.
A furnace.
So what are we doing? Are we doing New Abraxas? Are we gonna lay down a pole? What does King Magnus want?
I'm cool with either one, to be honest.
King Magnus.
Not a king yet.
All right.
King Warlord Magnus
Didn't deny
III.
New Abraxas it is.
Said not yet.
You didn't deny it before.
I should deny it every single time.
My new title is High Priestess to seek Church. Yes.
New Abraxas, I guess.
Here we go.
I am leaving Brother Zool and Sister Kala in charge while I am gone of the church, and they will continue to recruit for the greater cause. My church is going to be so awesome.
For the greater good.
Yep, for the greater good.
So you want to describe the scroll? That's just the cost it'll take to do it?
Yep. I'll do it.
Okay. So Avon spends a couple days. He makes a fireball scroll successfully. So anyone can cast fireball if they have the scroll, as long as they can cast it as a class. That's the only holdup that it gives you.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as your class can cast it, or Avon can cast it and it won't expend a spell slot for him. That morning, Dr. Gregliath takes off into the forest. On the last day of Zervesh, you see Pina. She comes up to you and talks to you. Introduce her to her family. Is there anything that you wanted to talk to Pina about? She is flanked by Beery. Beery does come with her when she visits your family.
Oh, he's in her flank.
Just a basic catch-up thing. And if I catch wind of the bird being like overly jealous of interactions, I'm gonna try and fuck with him a little.
He seems he talks to you and he seems like he has a good conversation with you. Enjoys your time together. He doesn't have any sort of jealousy towards you.
Then I just talk to him.
Yeah. They talk about their studies, and Pina is enjoying her healing class and enjoying like diving into the art of healing, both magically and just like with bandages, regular sort of healing. couple days pass. And on the 7th day, no one else wants to do anything. Zervesh returns. And the 6 of you are at Castle Ren. And at the castle, overcast blows over. Clear skies for the most part until the overcast comes. No rain. It is going into spring, so it's a very comfortable morning and night. Dr. Gregliath has been gone for 3 days.
Is anybody worried about him?
I mean,
It wouldn't hurt to check in.
It probably takes a few days to get there, right?
Oh yeah, Avon, can't you
I can send a
Talk with him?
Yeah.
just to be sure?
Mm-mm. That should have been 2.
Okay, what do you want to say?
How's it going?
Rezrika says Simon and Rezrika are obviously 1 and 2 top characters for the announcement. there's a pause in the sending, and then you hear Frost Giants,
What?
and the sending goes off.
Motherfucker.
So,
Well, he would say Frost Giants. Wolvik.
I'm scrying on him.
You want to scry on Dr. Gregliath?
so
Yep.
Frost Giant Wolvig is what he said.
He
He might be waiting for us to leave and then betray.
He is in a... Because he's not going to prevent you from it, so he's not going to make you fail. He's in a... like a very cold, cavernous room, and you can see he has no armor on, his swords aren't with him. He's chained to the wall, and you can see his face has been heavily beaten. But it's weird, the walls are made of ice. And he's like sitting on an ice ground. It's just like pure sheets of ice. And around him, there's nothing else that's made out. He's conscious. His back's against the wall. You can see he's having a hard time breathing, and when he breathes, like cold smoke comes out.
So I'll describe that, and then I'll ask, who thought it was a good idea to let one person fight 8 or more than 8 people?
I told you I wanted to go.
That's what he wanted to do.
We want to do a lot of things that would kill us, and the other ones tell us to no.
I mean, typically we just don't. Says the person who went to Grimrose's mansion, stole his family. You didn't even tell us about it. You just went. So no, you just typically just do it.
Well,
Do it.
before we went to the haunted lands, I told you they were captured. We still went there. So I had to get them out of there.
I'm just saying. You went to the Grimrose and stole your family back without telling. So there's things you do to get yourself killed.
I didn't get killed or captured now, did I?
It may have been luck. Either way. Doesn't matter. We don't know where he's at. If he's around ice, that... I mean...
3 days?
But what is the ability of
I
a
think we
frost
can
giant?
find.
Let's
Oh,
go.
awfully fucky.
Let's go talk to where that Minotaur and where his party was attacked. And we can try and track him.
Why not just fly above? See if we can find them as they're flying. We know where they're at directionally in the woods. If we fly in that direction, maybe we find a camp. Follow trail from there. Find
Yep.
them.
Might be faster
And
to
murder
move on
them.
foot,
Yeah,
not fly.
But standing here doing nothing is doing nothing. So let's get going. Let's save Dr. Gregliath because he is a big part of this.
I'm gonna
Like big, he's 20 feet tall. He's huge.
walk over to Ezor. Can you watch over this place? We're gonna be going out and trying to get Dr. Gregliath back.
He nods. I will protect the Minotaur people with my life. He leaps off the castle and you see him float down into the city, and he changes into his Minotaur form.
I think you're right. We should probably take the horses. But we
Yeah.
shouldn't waste any more time. We should go.
So when you guys talked to the Minotaur, did you find where the party went, or just
No,
the
not
direct?
exactly where. It's hard to tell. Everybody got killed. It was only him alive.
So he might know.
The direction of where he came from.
If Gregliath got there, then he was the one who spoke to him. So yeah, obviously no.
We
Where to
also
go?
know. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be hard to track
yeah.
a fire
Yeah.
giant's tracks.
It's still, but we don't know when he was captured, so it could have been a couple days. Was there any rain in between then?
Nope.
Where's your impulsiveness now, Zervash?
Nope.
Grab a horse, ride on it, let's go.
It's been a pretty dry week for you guys so far.
I don't know what you're talking about, impulsiveness. I've really thought a lot through what I do.
Whatever you say, buddy. Let's see if he's gonna get the horses out and get ready.
Yep.
You're gonna take the horses?
Yep.
Okay. There's four.
You said it's faster to take the horses in the castle, right?
Does,
Yeah, the horses do travel faster than the castle.
Those birds or the little pieces of paper that'll
We
float
do have the
towards-
birds, yeah.
Just use that.
Oh wait,
Down.
did I use all of them?
I don't remember you using them all.
I thought you had a couple left.
Yeah, I'll give you like
I think I have a
two,
couple.
3 more if you want. It's fine.
Cool. I'm jumping on a horse. So he wants to jump on the back. They can go right ahead. Just hold on tight.
That's it going.
All right, so the 6 of you take the 4 horses. Who's doubling up?
I'll double up with somebody since I'm small.
Me and Avon.
Who's leading? Who's in the front?
I'm going to be in the sky as a giant eagle, and
Okay.
I'm going to have, like, first hour, I'm going to have enhance ability on me for wisdom.
Okay.
Who's the best tracker?
He's in the sky right now.
He's in the sky right now. So Zervesh, the giant eagle form. He like a full running start, but you guys are used to it. You just see him jump and then, and then he takes off into the sky. Magnus jumps on, and then Avon jumps on Magnus's back and puts his arms around you to hold on the horse. Ryzen, Tasiki, and Rizzo jump on the other horses. You guys make your way into the Viridian Thicket. It's fairly easy to get to where the Minotaurs described that they were for the most part, and Dr. Gregliath is not a stealthy person, so you can see the huge footfalls. You can see where he pushed trees out of the way as he was walking through the forest, and he's very easy to track for the most part. Going through the thicket, you can see where the attack took place. You can see a lot of trees have been smashed. You can see where they were smashed by giant clubs. You can see a lot of blood splatter as you guys ride past and from above. And it's easy to make out where the Minotaur were first attacked by these giants. It does look to be 8, maybe 10 large hill giant footfalls. You can also see where Dr. Gregliath walked up and then knelt and looked around. You also see almost 8 to 10 pairs of wolf tracks, but these wolves seem to be much larger than what you'd see with a normal wolf. So it's maybe some kind of hunting party, but it leads deeper into the Viridian Thicket, going towards the Cloudburst Bluff. As they walk, You can find. It looks like the Minotaur had killed a couple rabbits, and the giants had taken them, and you can see where they just like skinned them with their teeth and tossed them overhead as they were walking. So you find some pretty mushed up, ripped apart rabbits as you guys are walking through the forest. It takes you a good 10 hours, but at dusk, you step through the Viridian thicket, and as you step through, you see this great timber fortress. One story, but it goes up very high, almost 40 feet tall, and it's made purely of wood. And it's like a very large clearing, almost 100 feet in all directions from the forest. This has been cleared out, and around it is what was once mud, but is now dried for the most part from the lack of rain. But the wood itself still appears to be very damp. There's no windows anywhere on this large structure stronghold, but you do see the big footfalls lead up to this large 30-foot high iron wrought wooden gate in the front. Surprisingly, there's no guards visible outside the fortress. Maybe poor planning, maybe hill giants are just dumb. But this does appear to be some sort of very large fortress. And you can hear... Zervesh, you can hear because you're probably closest. You can hear an occasional burst of shouting or laughing coming from inside the keep. Although it's very hard to hear what they're saying or doing, you can make out the loud echoing, booming sound of giant speech.
Is it cold in this area?
No.
Weird.
Well, it could just be a trap. Do we bust right in and fuck shit up, or do we
Get
go
ready
in
for this
cautious?
giant.
Well,
I don't think.
yeah, buddy.
Doesn't really
I
add
don't
up
think
with
he would've
what
said that.
Zervesh said and what we're seeing now. Doesn't seem like.
Are there any sights or signs of a struggle on the outside?
No, there's just very large, which are pretty easy to distinguish as what you would assume are giant footprints. And you can see that they walk everywhere around this all the time, so there's footfalls everywhere around it, mixed in with large woven tracks. Also a couple of humanoid tracks kind of move around all along the outside too. Like they walk in and out in all directions from this stronghold. But it is dusk, so the sun is setting, and you can hear them all just loudly, being loud and robust inside this stronghold.
So the only sign of a struggle was where the Minotaurs were taken?
Right, yep.
Where did Dr. Gregliath's feet stop?
Can you use that paper now?
Oh yeah.
I could.
How far away are we from the keep?
From your castle?
From the wooden.
You're about 100 feet.
So we're like out in the tree line still. We're just kind of looking.
I will bring this up and show you. So you guys would be like on the far edge, 100, 150 feet from the entrance here.
Gotta keep reading. What season are we in?
Spring,
Bring.
going into summer in about a month.
Are you make your magical flying airplane?
I mean, do you guys want to alert them?
I
I'm
would.
gonna
I mean,
set my staff to pass without a trace, or Adam, so I can cast pass without a trace.
Okay.
I would feel better if we used it just because we don't know for sure this idiot.
I
It
agree.
just doesn't add up to me.
He said frost giants.
He said a
He said
frost
a
giant.
frost giant.
He said frost
said
giant, Wolvig.
Big.
And I'm sure they're called frost giants for a reason.
They've probably got him in a cold cellar, frozen.
Well, I said we just throw the paper just to be sure.
Just hold on a moment, though. I need like 10 minutes for the staff.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna get ready and say, "Yeah, buddy," and break out my sword and my boomstick. Prepare it.
Like the giants inside the fortress, like look up after the.
Yeah, buddy.
Your extended barrel boomstick.
Yeah, get some range on
Yeah.
that shit. I gotta get my core.
Oh, it's that wild Rizzo way out in the woods.
Lock out.
Out.
Sniping motherfuckers. Pew pew.
Buddy.
So Zavesh changes his staff to autumn, and you see the leaves that were on it. Yeah, that's spring first. So a lot of the flowers have kind of fallen off, and you see more colored, autumn colored style leaves along his staff as he changes it. Pass out a trace. Gotcha. Give you concentration.
Yep.
You got it. 24, 21, 16.
Thank God.
Or I'll roll on stealth.
14, 25.
One more.
Yep.
Rise them.
I was checking something on my cloak, and I did good. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
33.
Why the hell is that 23 gray?
It says it's advantage.
Oh, it's with advantage. Oh,
Yeah,
so
because
it's
of the shadow ward.
Oh, so you got 40.
40 then.
40 still.
40.
Jesus.
You guys all stealth, and all of a sudden you hear Ryzen say something, and you turn around. Ah, ghost! Oh, and he's still there. Do you want to send out the bird?
Yeah.
What do you want to write? You have 50 words.
I'll just put a letter. I'll just put.
A big
No.
smiley face.
Smiley face.
Yeah, that'll work. I was gonna just put A.
Maybe you just draw a flame on it or something.
I'll draw a moon.
Okay. You're using the paper bird.
You.
And you speak into the thing. You say, Dr. Gregliath.
Yep.
You let go, and it turns to ash.
What? What does that mean?
He's not on the same plane.
Hmm.
So we shouldn't go in here and murder a bunch of hill giants.
Well,
still
still
gonna
have
have-
like
now
8
anyways.
minotaurs.
But they might have a way in there, and Volvig might be in there as well. We don't know yet.
What if we tried diplomacy this time? They're
Let's
dumb.
knock on the front door and say, "Hello, I've got cheese log." Hi, we
Diplomacy with
neighbors.
hill Giants.
They're dumb.
They don't.
Yeah, they're dumb to the point where they're gonna be like, "Oh, smash!"
I have cheese
You
log.
never know.
Hello, we have cheese log. Would you like to have? We neighbors now.
That's funny.
So you guys still want to go in here and murder everybody?
I don't like the fact that 8 minotaurs.
I mean, I agree.
Are we sure they weren't influenced by whatever happened to Dr. Gregliath, though? Isn't it coincidental? I feel like we should
Possibly.
investigate these other and then come
Hill
back
giants
after.
are known to be kind of what they are, right? Just dumb and attack a lot of.
Well, to be fair, a furnace was there for who knows how long, and they had no issues until
Well,
Ziegler
who's to
came
say
and
they
destroyed them
didn't?
all.
They all dead.
Who's to say they didn't, though? They're all dead. Nobody. It's possible it was an issue before.
Are we positive the portal is not inside this place? We sure it's
be.
not a
I
stronghold.
was thinking the
Everybody's
same thing.
worried about just these dumb giants. We have wolves to worry about. We heard Volvig. I'm more stressed to run inside and just shoot everybody. You know, I kick everybody down and say heck.
Honestly, I agree with Rizzo here.
We always have such a moral
Is it night?
argument over this.
It's dusk going tonight now. The sun is still setting, but There's still
Either
a
way, this
slight dim light.
This is still a problem.
Either way, they had an issue with Dr. Gregliath and our Minotaur. And they could attack again every day from here on out. We do not. So nip the problem in the butt, and we just hopefully find Dr. Gregliath before he is killed by this frost giant.
Here's the thing. There's
Can I,
at least 8 giants.
as we're arguing, can I put like my hands on the side of the fortress and just start it on fire?
So when you cast Burning Hands at the fortress, it seems that they have covered it in water to make this timber not flammable. That's why it was damp.
We covered it. In
Yeah,
mud.
that's why it was really damp.
Hill giants that smart?
So you guys are
Were they
arguing, and
caring
then
for
I
Dr.
don't think so.
Gregliath?
you see Tasiki just go, but it doesn't catch.
I don't think hill giants are that smart.
So the gates are just like big wooden gates. They have to open. They're closed right now.
The gates in front of you are 7 foot wide each door. So there's 2 doors 7 foot wide, and they sit 20 feet high.
Yeah.
They're made of wood, but there's like an iron bound around the sides of it, like it's iron bound logs.
And right now it's closed.
Right now they're both closed. And you can hear laughing and loud talking coming from deep inside the stronghold, but you can't make out what it's saying.
This is puzzling. I feel like hill giants are not this fucking smart.
Well, why don't we just go knock on the door?
Because now I'm even more worried. And now I realize how bad a fucking idea this is.
You guys should stay here. Just stay here.
No,
Let me,
don't.
As you say that,
Why
I'm just
can't I
gonna
cast
walk the
spells?
front
Like,
door, turn into a
I was gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. So Zeresh walking to the door. Ziggy, you're going to the door and you're casting invisibility.
I'm gonna be a spider, and then I'm gonna do a stealth check through that.
Sure.
So I still have pass without a trace on me, so
Okay. So Zeresh walks to the door and you see him just turn down, change shape to a little spider. And then you see Taziki look at you guys. She waves her hands in a motion, touches her chest, and then she goes invisible.
Nobody ever just want to talk shit out.
Nope. I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Mm-mm.
I'm going inside.
Magnus,
That's
how
not
often
bad.
do people want to just really talk around here?
I mean,
So far-
us in general. We didn't agree on a plan. We fucking go rogue.
I already knocked on the door.
So Zeresh will pop inside first, and Zeresh is you walk up, go under the door, which is pretty easy to do as a spider. As Tsiki's walking up, you see most of the floor in the entryway here is bare, but there's various items on the back wall, which should be located here. Giant outerwear. There's capes, there's cloaks, there's bags that are hanging from like hooks, like coat hanger hooks, about 10 feet up, and they're very large capes and cloaks. 2 snoring hill giants are supposedly guarding this entrance, but they lie curled up, blissfully asleep, and an empty keg of ale lies between the 2 of them. So they're just hanging to the back. There's 4 doors to the north. 2 of them look to be double doors into the center, and most of the noise is coming from those 2 double doors. There's also a large tower here that stretches up to the top, but you can't see anything up on the top of that tower. But it goes up about 40 feet.
Start making my way over there, and I'm sure Siki's knock will go up.
So as you go inside, Sneaky, you knock on the door.
And I'll just say in giant, open up.
My sound went off.
Mine too.
There we go.
I hear.
Roll initiative.
Yep.
Servesh and Spider Farmers are walking towards the tower. You hear the rasping on the door. And you see the 2 giants
I
wake
think-
up.
I think my pass without a trace falls off of people when I'm not within their
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. So this is a very large map, so each square is 10 feet, so it falls off everybody but you.
Alright.
A giant walks over, opens the door, and you guys from the tree lines, you see a hill giant open the door. And you just look around. Urgh.
Can I walk in?
Okay. His passive's really bad. He looks over to the other giant. Urgh. Wind. Closes the door. Sits down. The other giant that was sitting there picks up the flagon. Oh, I'll be right back. He opens the doors and he walks in. As he opens the doors, you hear this loud ruckus come out from all the giants. As
Can I like follow him closely behind him
sure,
and go into that room?
jump in.
I'm crawling up.
You're going up the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck is going on in here? They have a cave bear?
So two things happen. One is Ravesh climbs up the tower, and as you climb up the tower, the steps lead around into a circle all the way to the top. And up here, you see another hill giant who looks to be supposed to be keeping watch, but he's also asleep, snoring loudly. And another large barrel of ale is overturned. You can see that he's drunk most of it and passed out. At the very top, too, you can see the tower looks out over, and you can see Ryzen, Rizzo, Evon, and Magnus on the tree's edge, kind of looking out, kind of confused. Seeking while you're invisible, you walk into this great hall. So this long corridor leads to the entrance. This entire hallway until you get into the room is very dimly lit. For the feasting and the fun all lie beyond. Torches burn smokily high above the walls. But the vast room at the end of this corridor contains tables and benches and chairs and stools. There are large barrels. You can see they're full of kegs of mead. And you see giants walking over and just taking their large cups and just filling up their barrel, pounding on it. All the tables are crowded with various meats and cheeses, breads and tankards. They're singing, they're talking, they're laughing, they're shouting, they're arguing. And some of them are even wrestling, and they're just making a ton of noise, and you can see they don't sense your presence at all. But there's a central fire pit, and there's a whole ox over the fire pit roasting. And then there's 2 sheep next to it roasting, and then there's 4 pigs also on the spit.
Jeez.
There's 2 main tables here, and the rest of the giants are just walking around. And you can kind of see which giants are noble compared to others. So there's a cave bear that's eating scraps that are under what looks to be the chieftain's wife, Grutha. She's just slamming and eating food that's in front of her.
What a lovely lady.
She's beautiful.
Next to her, you can see the chief is doing the same. Eating and feasting. Not paying much mind of anything. They're just having a very good, it appears to be some kind of banquet. Across from the chieftain, you can see there's another hill giant. This hill giant is different from the other ones because he's wearing split armor. And he has his great club. There's also a frost giant sitting at the table, talking to the chieftain. Now at the other table, you can see another hill giant that stands apart from the rest. And he's wearing chainmail. A couple smaller hill giants, much smaller than the other ones, are running around serving the food. But this room is just full of these giants, and they're partying, basically.
That frost giant doesn't look familiar like the one that we saw whenever we were brought to the...
No.
Okay.
Racist.
Same, yeah.
I wasn't trying... Okay, yeah. I guess that's what it is.
So while Tsiki's in there looking at this party of hill giants, and Zervesh is up in the tower in the spider form, the 4 of you saw the doors close, and then you haven't seen anything for a couple minutes now.
So there's a fire in the middle?
Yeah, that's where the ox and the pigs and the sheep are roasting.
Is there like some kind of flammable thing within like a 5-foot radius? A table or chair or something like that?
There's tables where they're sitting, For the most part, this is just like a big party hall. All the circles are barrels of wine and mead. So, Ryzen, Rizzo, Magnus, Avon, you guys want to do anything or you want to keep waiting?
Ain't got shit to do. I'm hiding.
Being
Yeah, I'm
patient.
hiding. I trust them.
If we hear screams, we'll worry then.
Or thumps.
Fucking spider!
Do you want to do anything, Ryzen?
I was just checking out. Is this like just another large gate?
Yeah, so if you walk around the other sides, there's another large 2 doors, just like the front. And then there's another set of 2 doors at the north too.
Is this like a wall or is this like an exterior wall?
It's like an exterior wall made of logs, like wooden logs.
Is this gate unlocked?
You want to try?
I'm gonna be making.
I'll just like
My way
slowly
down to
move
this
it
one.
open to where it wouldn't really be noticeable from anyone far away. Especially considering they're giant.
So when you push it, it like goes in a bit, but it hits like there's some kind of palisade, kind of holding it down, but it moves a bit. And then behind you hear, and then you hear sniffing at the bottom of the door.
I'm gonna back off.
As you back off, you hear, oh, or then you hear, do you speak giant?
No.
You hear some type of muffled giant. Then you hear a whimper.
As Sasiki is kind of sitting over here, she's just listening in on the conversations about anything related to Dr. Goliath.
You speak giant?
He does.
Chief, you can see that they're talking to the chief, and the frost giant says, Chief Nasanra. I'm very pleased to make this alliance with your kind here. We have dispatched the intruder, and will do so on our own doing. My chieftain will keep him in the slumbering peaks for as long as necessary. And the chief with a mouthful of food is, hush. Good.
Do we know where the slumbering peaks? All right.
Magnus does.
Magnus does. And just kind of sitting around for a little bit. Probably don't. Specific.
You're cutting it out on me. They're basically just talking about an alliance that they've formed.
Yeah, did they talk about, like, you know, oh, they beat up that Minotaur group and they ate them or they killed them and they're boasting about it?
No.
Nope, don't hear anything about that. And all these other doors are...
Yeah, the doors are closed. And those are double doors, just like before. The roof here goes up about 30 feet, like a tip. And there's you can see there's no windows here, so you can see the smoke kind of fills at the top, and the ceiling is almost like smoke blackened rafters inside here.
Well then having the information that I need. If I stab someone with my fucking sword, will it break my invisibility?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I thought. Instead, is this giant like facing away from this giant?
No, they're like kind of talking to each other. They both hold giant tankards in their hands and they're drinking. It's mainly just about, and nothing really important. They do say something about a nasty old matron that lives here, who keeps their hill giant servants.
Oh, it's not this thing.
No. You don't like Grutha?
Yeah,
just a lovely, lovely shape she has. So beautiful.
She looks
All
like
right.
she's having an O face from eating. Mm.
It's Magnus's just facing it.
Wailing face.
Can I just like go behind this hill giant and just start like saying mean things to him?
So when you step behind that hill giant with your initial stealth roll, the sergeant looks over behind the giant. Fire flicker, funny. Its passive is pretty high.
Is this only fire or is there more fires?
There's sconces on the walls.
Oh.
High up, like almost 10 to 12 feet high.
And I'm dumb. What is a sconce? Is that like a torch?
Yeah, like torch holders. They sit 10 feet up. So there's the big fire in the middle, and then there's the sconces around this great hall.
So technically, well, did they do the same thing on the inner part of these walls here, or is it dried wood now?
The wood in here is dry.
Can I? Because I don't think would I be able to do to one of them?
You want to take control of
Any
one of the
action.
torches?
Any action breaks invisibility.
Okay, never mind then. Damn it! Can't do anything fun.
Well, if you had greater
fuck it.
invisibility.
Well, I don't have it. Okay.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, I'm not an overpowered druid. Okay. All right, I'm gonna dimension door out real quick.
Okay.
Just for-
As-
So like before my invisibility breaks, like just as it breaks, I'm gonna hit dimension door and portal out to where everybody else.
Sure. As you're doing that, the hill giant kind of turns around and walks back to his post.
Nope, I'm gone like a
Sure. You just dimension door out. Zervesh is still in spider form.
little poof of fart. I'm gone.
Mhm.
that's what it did. It went. It's gone.
You see her dimension door is almost like Embers because of her allegiance, and you see the embers fade in front of you, then Tasiki walks out.
What did you
I'm gonna
find
go
out?
Through this door.
Okay, so I am completely okay with burning this place down for one. Second, there is a frost giant in there, which is really, really odd with all the hill giants. I didn't think that they would hold allegiance with each other. But he said that he's keeping Dr. Gregliath in the slumbering peak, wherever that is.
That is up north, where we were supposed to be heading.
I didn't get to hear how he managed to bring him there so quickly. I obviously didn't want to linger too long.
How many is there?
There's a lot. Like a lot.
It wouldn't be a good idea to
And
get
they're
them blazing.
nasty. Really nasty. I feel if we go back to town and just warn our Minotaur and our people not to come in this area, perhaps we can come back at a later time and take care of it. But I think we should go north to the Slumbering Peaks and try to save him first.
I don't know if it'd be wise to keep this.
But it's not wise to
Yeah.
keep it, but it's going to take us a long time to take care of this issue, and it's not going to be a one-time thing.
So Magnus, you'd be able to describe where the slumbering peaks are. Do you know you guys are here? Slumbering peaks are... Yeah.
Fuck.
So for reference.
So that means Wolvig was here.
Had to be.
If you
Yep.
mentioned.
Isn't Wolvig? Isn't Wolvig though technically from?
Vartengard.
Yeah.
Which is Vartengard is the largest city on the Slumbering Peaks, except for Sleece Landing and Dwesserek. But Dwesserek is not sailing. It is dwarf.
Is Wolvig a sorcerer? Is he a barbarian? What kind of fighting style does he hold?
I thought like his lady right hand person was like a sorcerer or something. Regardless, I don't think we should wait around. And this isn't going to be something that we're going to be able to fix right now.
As you say that, Zervesh, you're scurrying through the hallway in spider form.
Yep. I'm gonna be checking out all this shit too.
Okay. Where would you like to go? There's a door to your left, and then there's a hallway that opens up left and right.
First, that one. Then that one. Then
All the rooms. He's naked.
To all of them.
So when you go into the door with the hill giant, there's scattered furnishings, bearskins along the walls. There's a chest, and then there's a female sleeping hill giant naked under the covers. Just
Ooh. Wait, how did he know that? Did he go under the covers?
he went under, and well, their covers are like half off, and her big old fat
okay.
titties hanging out.
Nice.
When you go into this room, you can see young hill giants. They look to be like children, like babies.
What the fuck? They keep him in a room like that?
They're shouting and laughing. They have swords and shields, and they're like sword fighting and having a good time. They're like, this is like a playroom, and they're playing.
burn them all.
Ew, but this is so gross.
I was thinking fireball.
Savage.
As you scurry under this door, number 4, there's 2 more hill giants. They're sleeping soundly on beds. This looks to be some kind of like small barrack. Torches hang around the sides, and there's another chest in the room.
And down this hall.
Going down the hallway, it extends to a door to the north, and then a door to the west. Scurrying into the west, there's an old, very old female hill giant who's just berating these hill giant servants. You speak giant?
No.
She just screaming at him, and one of them freaks out, and you see her. She sits on a stool and leans back, and the servant picks up her feet and starts to rub it. She's just screaming at him.
Next room.
There we go. Stepping into this room. This room is dominated by the enormous fireplace. The man on the fireplace holds a shiny brass jar, and a humanoid skull sits on top of it. The room has 2 tables, several chairs, and stools. There's also 8 trophies that line the wall, or 8 shields that line the wall here. Each one just in a row.
Anything in here look super interesting, or just kind of put?
In spider form, just kind of looking around. It looks to be like some kind of maybe where the chieftain spends a lot of time.
Down here.
When you pop out of there, there's a cave bear sleeping on the rug, and he's like looking at the door, but he doesn't give you much mind because you're a little spider. There's a couple chests in the room, a large bed. This bed looks a lot more well made than the other beds.
All right. This door, this door, this door. You going in order.
The door to your east, rugs and skins cover the floors. Pretty normal bed and chair. There's a lot of wine rested on the table. It looks to be pretty cheap. There's also a iron shackles on the wall next to the bed, and there's a large collar on the shackles. Almost like it's for like a large creature. But currently empty.
I just wanted to see. What about this?
Holy shit.
So you step into this room and look around. This is like an open yard almost. The floor here is made of grass. There's many different types of discarded bones, but there are 14 dire wolves that are sniffing and frolicking around and lounging.
All right. Over here. Not even gonna risk going over that shit.
Step into this room. This room looks to be some sort of like a council meeting chamber of kinds. There's a long table. There's a great chair on the far end, and then a lesser chair across from it, and then 6 stools around it. So you can see there's like a extravagant seat and then a smaller seat. A rough map of the area is over top of the mantle, and on it there are several markings and some like circles, and then there is riding a giant on the map itself. And the map is like an area around the stronghold and around Avernus and Fuel.
Son of a bitch.
About this time, you guys have noticed that Zaresh has been gone for almost 45 minutes.
No surprise. We're just out here having tea.
Nobody said shit to me, alright?
You just left. What do you mean? You said, I'm walking up to the front.
I turned into a spider and leave.
Yeah.
Hey, Vaughn, should you send him a sending?
I was thinking the same thing. That would.
When it was on the inner part here,
Mhm.
was it an open sky or was it all like enclosed? Like it's just a giant closed fortress?
It's all enclosed, and you can see the rafters are turning black from the smoke.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, we haven't heard him like any like disturbance inside so
Ruckus.
far, right? It's just been them laughing.
You can just hear the same ruckus that you heard before.
Yeah. I feel like the mood would change if
It's probably true, but
just
should we
to be
just?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Us on ascending.
What do you want to say?
Is it? Are you safe? And how much?
When you're coming home, the street
No.
lights are on.
How much? How much do you know so far? That's it.
I think I found a map. I don't know how I'll get it out of here. But I'm just gonna try and stay back and try and memorize as much as I can.
Make an intelligence check.
Here comes a war.
Yeah,
Yep.
20.
20.
Hey, all right.
Okay.
Close enough.
You'll be able to comfortably remember where the markings are. You might have a hard time replicating the giant writing.
Well, alright. Oh, there's giant writing on there.
So there's like X's, and then there's writing above the X's.
Then a giant comes in and sees a spider looking at their mount.
I'm gonna check this other room.
Okay. I mean, while this is happening, a lot of giants will move around. They'll walk out of the hallways and walk around. But because he's a spider, they just kind of walk past. So we step into this room. You can see this looks to be like the chief's personal armor. It's very large, giant armor, shield, and a great axe. There's also 4 huge fur capes that rest on hangers. But then there's a javelin, but the javelin comes up like a lightning bolt, and it's laying on the side on the mantle.
When I looked out here, was the sky open?
No.
Alright. So the only open sky I saw was over in the tower, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Alright. So I may die here, guys. I'm going to go out of wild shape.
Okay.
And I'm going to stealth. Still have pass without a trace. I'm grabbing that javelin and I'm grabbing the.
Grab the map too?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me too.
They know.
So the doors are closed. Outside the door, you can hear a couple footfalls. Just but you've grabbed the javelin and then you've taken the map from above the mantle. Now to get the map, the mantle is about 15 feet high because it's like giant size. So you have to like climb up and pull it down. And it's a huge map. It's almost a 30-foot map.
So I like have one of those big ass
like
swords on my back, pretty much. Just
The javelin is standard humanoid size, which is good. But the map, you pull it down and it's like a huge blanket, and you start to fold it. You hear footfalls.
I'm gonna get down and go on that side of the fire. Actually, is the table blocked at any point, or is it just 4 legs on each?
Just 4 legs.
On each.
Yeah, just 4 legs.
So I'll stay over by the fireplace.
So you dip from behind the fireplace. The footfalls seem to go north, and then you hear a door open, and you hear some wolves barking and smacking. And then you hear a giant say something, and you can hear like something being thrown. Then the footfalls go back down the hallway.
Alright, I'm gonna have to creep my way through here then. My stealth roll still applies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
10 plus 10.
Is that 30?
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek around the corner. Is there anything?
So you peek around the corner. You can hear the sounds of the revelry, but you don't see anything. And the door behind you where the direwolves are is closed.
Alright, I'm gonna go this way and open that door and try and see if there's anything there.
So when you open this door, as you open it, you kind of duck back really fast because the door where the nasty old matron is open. And you can hear her screaming for something, and then a hill giant runs out of the room and runs down the hall like he's going to fetch something.
Fuck. Waiting game then.
The hill giant comes back. And with the 30, you can kind of peek over the side. He has this huge, almost like animal fat, like butter. And then he walks to the room. Then you hear.
Does the door stay open?
The door's still open.
Alright, I'm gonna hidden pass down here.
Okay.
That doesn't break stealth? Does it?
You can keep your roll.
And then I'm gonna try and sneak over here and crack the door because I remember this.
The 2 giants are awake. And they're drinking and laughing, but they're fully alert, kind of looking kind of in this area. And then talking to themselves.
Was this area cramped or was it just the...
This right here, this is a little barrel of wine. And then everything on the walls is right here. Everything else is wide open. And the 2 doors are closed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Behind you, come down the hallway, whatever hold, you hear goof, 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 goof. But then you hear, I don't know how to make a monkey sound. You hear 2 large monkeys too.
What the
Aw,
fuck?
here.
So you hear a loud footsteps, and then you hear chip, 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 rah. I don't know how to make a monkey. 2 loud monkeys. Brr, King Kong. Then you hear someone shout and an ogre, and then they slam a door. And it sounds like it came from where the old matron was. And the footfalls continue down the hallway towards you.
The door's cracked. Let's see how far I can make it.
We're just waiting for our cue, you know?
So the 2 apes are coming.
Well,
What
I'm
you
just
got?
making sure. Alright, that's a bonus action. I'm going to just say, fuck it. I'm going to go 60 feet in with Hidden Pass, and I'm going to go another 60 feet with Dashing.
Okay. When your hidden pass goes off, you'll be right in front of the giants.
Yeah.
Even with the 30 stealth, I mean, you're in an open room. And they're,
Well, yeah.
so they'll
I
see
know
you.
that. I just have to run.
I roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
This is only Zervesh.
Oh, only so.
Yeah, 'cause he's all by himself. So your initial burst is you pop in and then they see you. But you don't get to make your dash yet because it's initiative order. Because there's no surprise round, because they're not surprised. You just like appeared in front of them. They're like, oh, rrr.
Yeah.
So he stands up and he shouts to the tower, "Little dragon boy." That's his dash to get to there. So he dashes towards you.
Moves one spot with his dash.
You see, this is 80 feet right here. This one dashes here at you.
Okay.
They have their clubs and they're just right at you. Roll smash.
Hmm. I'm gonna hidden pass forward 60 feet.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna dash under into the tower.
Under the
And
tower?
start going, or in. I'm
Into
gonna
the tower?
try and go up as far as I.
Okay. So the top round in your tower, the giant in the tower wakes up a bit from here and the hill giant shouts and he looks down. And the hill giant's gonna continue. Runs this way. And he shouts up at the tower. "Human boy! Or was it dragon boy?"
The wizard dragon boy.
And he runs up. And at the top of the tower, above it, there's this little like triangle, and he goes ding 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 ding. And outside, the 5 of you, you see the tower start to shake, and you hear like an alarm go off. Ding 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 ding.
Nah, shit.
Oh fuck.
Well, yeah, buddy.
Ramesh.
40 feet to the top of the tower, right?
Mhm.
I'm going to the top of the tower, and I'm going to jump off and hidden past 60 feet.
Okay, the giant's gonna swing at you because you have to go up to be around him and then jump off.
Yep.
The giant makes his attacks.
Hit miss.
So you guys see Zervesh at the top of the tower. The giant swings and hits Zervesh with one of his clubs. Zervesh takes the hit, and then the other one misses, and then you see Zervesh jump off and then disappear. So you got 60 feet out?
Yep.
So you probably like over. You want to go over here? You want to go towards the west?
Just down. Closest to the wood. If it's surrounded by woods, just
Yeah, so like over here.
the closer edge of the.
Sure.
It's probably our cue to leave, huh?
You hear ding 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 ding
Yeah,
ding.
he made it out when he go find him.
Let's fucking go.
Let's
To
get
your-
the fuck out.
To your guys' north, the doors swing open, then you hear
Yeah. Fucking run.
and all 14 direwolf come spilling out of this stronghold.
I win.
Already gone.
Okay. So
We dipped.
you run to the horses?
Yeah. I mean, by the time they were like ringing the bell, like we were probably ready to run into our horses and leaving.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I would say, unless you guys.
I would say as soon as we seen Zervesh get out, we probably
Yep.
would have been like, fuck this.
See them jumping out like, yep, we're going.
Zervesh is
Ziegler-
alive, we're good.
Gonna
Ziegler
recast
feels
pass
bad.
without a trace, and I'm gonna start running by foot because that's.
Let me check something really quick. because I think direwolves move at the same speed as riding horses.
Who has more endurance?
Avon could turn fireball as I leave.
So riding horses have 10 more feet of movement. So you guys jump on your horses and just start to tear it off into the forest. And behind you, all 14 direwolves are just full on sprinting at you guys, dashing. So you look over your shoulder as you're galloping and dashing, and the direwolves are coming and coming, and they slowly start to fall behind.
Well,
What the
Yeah,
fuck
I
was
was-
that?
Wasn't it?
the direwolves are gonna be able to track us down, so they're gonna where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just run in and yell we're under attack, and hopefully everybody's ready.
You wouldn't think they'd be bothered to do that.
I don't know. We need to find Zervesh.
It is dark, so you guys are in pure darkness. If anyone doesn't have
I'm
dark
sure
vision.
he'll find us. Let's keep on heading back.
So if you don't have dark vision, you're in pure darkness unless you want to turn a light on, cast a torch.
I am blind, so I'm gonna need to hold a torch. Excuse me.
I'm blind too, but I'm still running through the woods.
Like a black
Cast light on my shield, and since it's animated, I'm gonna have it like float around.
Nice. Okay.
And then I'm also gonna cast Pass Without a Trace in a group,
Gotcha.
so we can't be tracked by the movies.
It's almost 20 minutes or so, and then you stop hearing the howls and the rushing of the wolves behind the 5 of you. You'd guess that you're maybe 4 or 5 miles away now from the stronghold, from where you were. And all you have is the light, and then a little bit of moonlight showing.
You're still thinking about that, huh?
I am.
Can I just say how disappointed I am that you didn't draw a wiener on that guy's armor?
Zervesh is probably 4 miles behind you because he doesn't have a horse and he's just running the standard speed.
Well,
So he's
You have
very
no idea
far
what-
behind
Godspeed, Zervesh.
you, and he's blind. He doesn't have dark vision.
Well, he's a crafty guy. He can figure it out. He stole his family from the city of Krov, so
Should
I believe in him.
Should we wait here then?
No.
I mean, he can eventually just teleport back to the.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's just
turn
too
into a
strong.
bird. I'm not worried about him.
You
He'll
guys
probably
can do
beat
that too.
us to the castle.
Yeah.
You can fire step too if you want,
Fly, you fools.
because you're about 7 hours from your castle.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we could do that, huh?
I don't want to lead the horses.
And then I'll
think-
come
Oh,
back.
that we can't bring them.
If they're big enough, aren't they?
You just gotta make a big enough fire. Oh, you can only do 6 people. Yeah, you're right. You have to lead the horses.
Oh, let's just go back.
I mean, the horses. All I guess we're gonna need them for the trip.
Oh, you guys are so fun. Kill the horses.
So you going
They've
back to
been
the
sitting
castle?
in our castle for months.
And I guess we should keep moving.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
honestly think Zervesh's gonna make it there before us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 7-hour trek back. So you guys make it almost at dawn. Something's like 4:30 in the morning, and you guys return to the castle.
Does Zervesh make it back? Yes.
No, I'm literally running back on.
Okay, yeah, then you have a while. So you guys get back around 4:30. Zervesh gets back around 6:30 when the sun is already starting to rise now. As you guys get back to the castle, let's just take our break here before we get into anything else.
Oh shit!
Fuck.
I'll be right back.
That's a lot of planning.
Got a lot
Maybe
of info now.
Zara wants to have some
Be right
fun
back.
in Light of Fortune.
So guys, we'll be right back in like 3-4 minutes. We're just refreshing our drinks.
Yes.
Still quick. Put the fire out.
Check it out. Chipotle.
Get Uber Eats Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Is that the new thing? Get Uber Eats when we play game?
Dude, after today, no more Uber Eats, no more food. It's all back to chicken and rice.
Hell yeah.
Nah, hell yeah, it sucks.
That January diet.
I believe there is a chicken and rice Chipotle burrito.
There is, but it's not as good for you as the chicken and rice that I make.
Dun, dun, dun.
We all gonna die.
What I could do is dimension door me and Avon into the fortress, fireball, and dimension door back out.
You would have to survive a round of that, though.
Mm-hmm. Not if we're in a room where nobody else is.
But you've only seen 2 rooms in there.
Yeah, I know that.
See, every risk I make is totally calculated.
No, it's not
Yeah.
calculated at all.
I know.
Give a speech about being calculated. Go on a whim.
If that were me, somebody would have fireballed somewhere and killed me. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that ogre, that was bad luck for sure.
Oh.
He almost died last week. His dingbang almost died from an ogre. He was invisible and it ran down the steps and ran into him.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I died from that.
Because he knew he was there, so he swung and hit him.
Because you ran into him.
Because he ran into him.
Bumped into it.
Yeah.
I stole some griffin eggs and ran down the stairs without him seeing me. I was invisible. Raz shot a fireball up there and scared him. So he ran down the stairs and knocked me over. I got... Ugh.
To be fair, you're just upstairs stealing griffin eggs while Simon and
I was
Vog
feeling-
are getting fucked by
Yep.
javelins.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I got the eggs in the end.
You sure did.
We'll see if Ding Bang survives the encounter with the gnome.
That's what I'm wondering too.
Ding bang. Ding bang.
I have to admit, he should have died a long time ago. Poor Ding Bang.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. He's died many,
What?
many a time.
He only cut his finger off and turned him into a gnome for a while.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
Goddamn Gingy.
Yeah, I should start planning for a new character. Yeah, Ding Bang is gonna die. I have a feeling either I am going to kill him, or the DM's gonna have me killed real quick. Yeah. So I've got 2 pages of shit I want to do with Ding Bang still. And yeah.
Bucket
Yeah.
list of Ding bang.
I do.
Ding Bang
I
bucket
do.
list.
There's a few things that he would like to do for sure.
So we are back.
Great.
This is the morning after. You guys have not had a long rest yet. And you see Zervesh walking up towards the castle.
Well, how nice of you to join us.
What'd you find in there? Anything?
You can't see that giant scroll
Yeah.
on the back of him.
I'll hold out the
He stole a
spear.
rug.
And I'll bring the map out and say, do we have any place we can unroll this?
It does look like a rug. You got us a new rug for Castle Rend?
Yes, it
That's
was
what that
very
was for?
nice.
So the map is a huge 30-foot map as you guys open it up.
Really ties the room together.
I couldn't read it, so I needed to bring it.
What? You can't read?
It's probably in giant.
So it is a giant. So that is Avon if he wants to, right? I think you have something if you want to read it. And then Tsuki.
I have the language. I learned it for
Yeah.
Dr. Gregliath.
So two views, you see an X in the Cloudburst Bluffs, and under it in giant it says Mines. On the coast, kind of close to where you are to the north, there's another X and it says Whispers in giant. And then to the east, there is another marking and it says The Great Trimmer.
Now what would the whispers be? I think very simple, like a giant.
And you guys are kind of decoding it and telling everyone what it is on this map as you point out the locations. And then the javelin, as you pick it up, Siki, your senses go off and it is magical.
Can I see that, Zervesh? Can I use my...
I gave it to Avon, so.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Okay. Goddamn.
It's getting passed around.
And you have stolen a javelin of lightning from the Hill Giants. So it's a magic weapon. You hurl it and you say it's command word. Command word is what you want it to be. Turns into a bolt of lightning and shoots out, and then chapow. And you get to throw it once a day. Or if somebody wants to use it, you throw a javelin once a day.
You don't need attunement for it either, so.
Nope, you just make a ranged attack. You can make a ranged attack macro and just whoosh. You can throw lightning at people.
I feel like that's another Rizzo thing. You just need...
I am Zeus! Ah!
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, you boy! It's your boy! Janking up. Oh, man. That'd be hilarious. Whoever wants, I don't care. Y'all can have some cool shit, too.
I can't even use the javelin.
I
Yeah.
don't think I can
It's
either.
like if you can't get close enough to push someone over, at least you can throw a light.
But that's what I got the boomstick for, too. But, I mean, I ain't saying shit. If y'all want to give it to me, I'll hurl lightning.
Hurl like
This is
Resonant
giant
light?
ball of destruction. We gotta give
Man, now I gotta come up with a word for this, huh?
So give it to Rizzo.
I guess so.
All right,
Yeah.
it's under your journal.
Anyways, there were a lot of them anyway.
So obviously that fortress is gonna have to be taken care of at once. There's a lot of fire.
Talk to your
I
mic.
don't think it's smart.
Well, you're just gonna let it hang out. Now you don't want to take care of it. Now it's too big of a problem.
No,
Just let
I'm
it
saying.
there and fester.
I don't think it's smart to keep the Minotaurs here if we're not going to take care of it.
And then what do we do with the Minotaur?
Either we take care of it or we move the Minotaurs somewhere else.
Are
But
you
where?
forgetting about Dr. Gregliath though? Like, I think
don't
he
know.
needs to be saved right now, or he's gonna die.
Didn't you say
Can't save everyone.
Or,
We can try.
We don't even know where he is.
You don't need that.
If we leave the Minotaur here, aren't we just leaving more lives to perish?
Even
Okay, first off,
even
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe that this place is not a safe place for these people anymore. I think we take everybody with us and get the fuck out of here. This place may be tainted with the bad people that want to kill everybody.
To be fair, though, you can go anywhere in the world of Erenel, and there's going to be something there. Some kind of
See-
danger present.
It is a young,
The
brutal
only-
world.
The only way to make a safe place for these people would be to clear out the threats around.
No, that's
I
very
agree.
true, too, but
I'd love to keep this
understand that
place
this
for
is
sure.
a huge problem that we're looking at, but we're also safer here out in the open because we have Aazar here, too. If the giants were to come out and attack us, they would get wiped out.
Yeah, I think if
They
we had
have the advantage of
fortifications-
they have the advantage of ambushing us in the jungle or in the thicket, yes, but not if they come out here.
But if we just leave and leave Aazar here, what's stopping the giants from just taking him down?
You think that the giants would have come in a long time ago if that was the case. I feel like the giants are just creatures surviving and they're going to take advantage of creatures that come over.
My 2 cents is that they were paid off by a Volvig. They were giving a frost giant to help get rid of our good friend, the fire giant. They're going to do this strategically, take us down one by one. They've already got our frost giant, our big piece.
That's why we need
Who's going to
take
go
our
in there?
fire giant and get rid of this frost giant, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Even I'm not sure we can save him. He is way too far away for us to even get close to him.
You
They
do
may-
realize that's where we're heading, though. We were already heading there in the first place. This leads land.
But leaving the Minotaurs here would be another problem.
I
What do? We take them with us all the way across the continent, across the fucking ocean? We can't. They're not babies. We're not going to hold their hands their entire life.
It's not only that, but we're going to move to a new spot, and there's going to be a new threat. It's going to be a never-ending cycle. We move them from the haunted lands to this place. I mean, you just see it's a never-ending.
All right, there's 3 things
Yeah.
that could happen with our people if we leave them here. 1, they could all die. Simple as that. 2, they could prosper without having any fucking issues until we get back, which would be fantastic. Or 3, they could be really taken in by Volvik. I mean, they're fucking minotaurs. Who wouldn't want them on their side? Or as slaves?
That's why we go cut off Wolvik's head. Burn his people.
Who's to say by the time we got up north, they wouldn't already be all white?
Who's to say we don't know what tomorrow brings, so we need to keep.
This is the problem of having troops and no place to go, no home.
New Abraxas is our home now.
What if we try
Why
to
don't
buy
talk
aid
for
from
people?
Croft?
If we're very concerned, we're talking for this whole army of
Right.
people that have been on the move from their home for months.
By aid from Krov?
Yeah, what if we try and buy aid from Krov to help get rid of the giant while we go save Gregliath?
Do we want to contact Krov at this point in case things are a little soured?
Things aren't sour between us.
The
and
only issue would be
King.
Kashmar.
Yeah.
But we're not.
Okay, I don't know how much
contacting Kashmar.
influence he had.
We'd be contacting the king that we've already had, an acquaintance with.
Also, if Kashmar turns on us, we can easily turn on him. Report his stuff to the king.
That's true, we could do that.
I doubt he'll be keen on betraying us.
It also depends on how much the king trusts the Ambroses.
I mean, honestly, if we wanted to, we could destroy that too,
Yeah.
because we know that that's not really the Ambrose, Sailor's grandfather.
Also, into our big issue at hand, are we just leaving Dr. Gregliath to die?
I am not willing to give up on him, even though it is a long.
I'd imagine it comes down to if we were willing to risk the Minotaurs for.
There's always going to be a risk, no matter what we do.
Yeah.
But
If
this
we
Wolvig is obviously trying to take us out from the sidelines. We need to go and take care of this problem now, or he's going to keep
If it is,
back and
if
encroaching.
Wolvig is trying to take us out, then it's actually probably best we get the fuck away from the Minotaurs. If we're not here, there's no reason for him to attack Minotaur.
And how do we know it's just not a frost giant that's going
Exactly.
on here?
But that's what I keep saying. Everybody keeps saying Wolvig, Wolvig. The only thing we know is Dr. Gregliath said Wolvig and Frost Giant. And now he's gone.
Well, didn't
It sounds like
Tasiki say that they said about an intruder inside the fortress? Or well, not inside the fortress, but they took care of the intruder, and they
The
brought
Frost
him to-
Giant said that they have an allegiance with the Hill Giants right now, and that they captured the intruder and brought him to the Slumbering Peaks. We don't know
and
how
reason they-
the Frost
We know
Giants even
he's-
got him to the Slumbering Peaks, unless magic was involved, possibly.
and
Which-
Zervesh scried on him, and he's in a cold area, which we can assume is Slumbering Peaks.
Next to where supposedly Wolvig is. It's his town. There's too many things to assume. I say we need to go save Dr.
So they-
Gregliath. He's been with us the entire fucking
They
time.
called him an intruder.
Mm-hmm.
So that means the only reason they captured him was because he was in the thicket. So that leads me to believe that they're not attacking Varnus. They're only attacking because he fucking was in the thicket in the woods.
I'm going to
But the
attempt to
Frost Giant
scry
made them think that.
on one
So
of
he could take
the
him 'cause he
giants
loved
that were in the
Gregliath.
entrance.
One of the guards?
Yep.
Okay.
Once again, the more we argue, the less we're doing. If anything, we were heading up there anyways. Let's just go. We told these people how to do this. We'll just have to trust them. If not, we're gonna lose one, or we're gonna lose 200. Or we're gonna lose every single one of them.
He is unconscious in his chair, passed out.
Well, at least he's not moving.
The party has died down and you don't hear the noise anymore either. But you can kind of see the ogre next to him, or the giant next to him. And as
Do
he's
you like the Trojan horse maneuver? Give them a gift. Wait until they get drunk and pass out.
you guys will need to sleep too at some point during the day so you don't get exhaustion.
Well, Tasiki is very mindset on saving or trying to save Dr. Gregliath because she feels that if anybody else was taken, I feel like we would do the same thing for them.
I'm the one who saved it. Of course I want it back.
You guys have a lot of good ideas. It's just which route you want to go. And you guys are smart to assume just because you hear something doesn't mean it's true. Especially when you're
Well-
dealing with tricksters.
Once we get there, I guess we could talk to Volvig and see if he does
I
have
can
it.
talk to Wolvig right now.
Well, why don't you do that?
Because you guys won't fucking let me. I was gonna say, hey, let me talk to Wolvig, and fucking Zervesh goes turn to a spider, and Tasiki just fucking goes invisible.
I turn around and just walk away from him and say, have your time, do what you do, have fun, go
Hey,
off.
fucking listen.
You could have said this a
Nobody
long
was
time ago.
saying
I would have said shit.
That's why.
Yes, we were. I was in the middle of talking, and you went, I'm gonna go turn to a spider.
I saw Siki walking up first, so I'll take that
Oh,
as
don't do that.
it's
Don't do
happening.
that anyways.
You guys go sleep. I just need light activity, so I need it. So
I'll go over there,
while
I
you guys
give
are
him a high
asleep.
five.
I'll
Tag,
fucking
you're
talk
in.
to Wolvig.
When you guys are going to sleep, Sarge comes over and asks about Dr. Gregliath and hears the news and looks pretty sad, pretty sullen.
See?
But he nods. But then you guys head to your chambers and sleep, right? All five of you go and sleep? Except
Yeah.
for Magnus?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Sleep.
So Magnus,
From a guy who doesn't need any sleep.
Dude, dream.
okay, with Wolvik.
Yep.
What would you like to make him see and say?
Let's just do Sleet's Landing, like where we would meet the warlord at.
He says, in the dream, he has no interest in being warlord, and he wishes to stay in Vartengard and put this behind him.
Oh, I thought you said where. I didn't say what. You say where did you want him to see?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He says he has no interest in being a warlord, doesn't want to go to Sleet's Landing, he just wants to live in peace with his clan in Vartengard.
And I'm gonna tell him this isn't about being warlord, it's about your frost giants taking my friend the fire giant.
My frost giants would never do such a thing. Besides, I only have a few. There are many frost giants in the world to the north. There are many clans.
Well, not too far from Fjall, where you were with frost giant. There's a frost giant with hill giants, and they took my fire giant friend. And then he mentioned frost giant Wolvik.
I have no intentions of starting a war with you. I would never wish that upon anyone.
Well,
It
then
was-
could you do me a favor and help me figure out where he is?
I'm not sure how. I can ask Havalden. You remember Havalden is his frost giant that was at the whaling? I think I have him here.
Yeah, the big one.
That was Havalden. He was the frost giant you guys saw. I will ask him when I see him again and give you what I know. I hope your giant is okay. Giants are chaotic by nature. They were birthed in the elemental planes. And he,
I just end it right there.
Okay.
It disappeared.
Gotcha. He understands the sentiment of the hanging up on the call.
We got a landline.
About 6 hours pass, Magnus, and you get a message. And the message comes from the speaker of Ragnar. I wish to speak by Wayland to
Damn it.
Darkshield. Please
Alright,
confirm
I'll
if you
do
would
it.
like to speak.
Yep. Fuck me. I didn't think about this. It could be this guy.
You're in the familiar overpass cliff above Sleet's Landing. However, this time, instead of being surrounded by Salian clansmen, storm bearers, oak shields, or oak hammers, dark shields, it is you and the speaker. You remember the speaker was the right hand for Ragnar Stormbear and his sage. And as you appear, the speaker has a very solemn look on his face, a very sad look. And his normal skull shaman helmet has been shattered across the side, and there's a big cut down the left side of his face. He walks up to you. He embraces you in a very warm way. Like, he holds out his hand to embrace you as a Salian tribesman to another. A very Spartan-like forearm shake. And he extends his hand to you.
I do the same.
He shakes it. My brothers, I am here to tell you very solemn news, and I'm sorry it's taken me this long to speak to you. Our warlord Ragnar has fell in battle. I know you were on your way to meet us, and you had an army at your side, and you're coming to help us, but we were betrayed by Wolvik and the Ravens. We did not see the attack coming from our flank, and while Ragnar stood with the might of the Stormclaw, he fell. I was lucky enough to escape with my life. Many say that we're lucky to get away from the slaughter that came from the Krovian Empire. And I wanted to get to you quickly before you marched north and put yourself in harm's way. For I knew you were loyal to the Warlords Alliance and to Stormbearer.
Where did the attack take place?
On the warfields, as we were traveling to Alheim. They must have came from mages of some sort because they had such a good high ground, such a good advantage. But even the might of Ragnar fell.
Forgive me for questioning. How do you know it was Wolvig?
Whispers among the sailing clans came out quickly, and we heard that he's inherited or came upon a very large sum of gold. Trader's gold.
That is suspicious. Very.
You're still a Warlord's Alliance, and I don't want you and your friends and your army to be put in harm's way from those cowards in Krovian Empire.
Do you know they're still in Fjall?
I'm not sure. I've been looking for a means to, and the reason I have contacted you is because I know you are loyal to Ragnar, and I'm trying to find a means to bring him back.
How do we do that?
They took his body. I need an article of his body, some sort to cast the resurrection spell. For I'm not powerful enough to pull him back from the ethereal plane myself without some sort of his being. I'm trying to figure out a way, find out where they took his body, because the Krovian army took him and didn't even give us a proper burial. But if we can just get him back, Udgir will Udgir will come forth and help us resurrect Ragnar. And we can take the fight again to not only the Krovian Empire together, but to Wolvik.
So you want me to somehow get the body of Ragnar from the Krovian Empire?
Well, I remember you had in your party someone from a Krovian descent that had changed alliances from them. I was hoping that you might have some ways to get inside Krov undetected or information on just where they placed his body.
That was true at one point, but she has left the party some time ago. I haven't had any contact with her since. And she actually left because of me. So I don't feel like she'd be able to help in regards.
That is unfortunate.
So what's to be done at Wolvik?
Traitor's death is what he deserves. Do you agree?
I do. I guess that would be the next Warlords. First case.
Are you staking your claim to be Warlord, Magnus?
Yeah, I was hoping to. If Ragnar is no longer here.
You kind of...
We don't want Wolvik, of course.
He pauses. I would prefer to bring back Stormbearer, but I would assume if we cannot bring him back from the dead, that your loyalty and being the only remaining warlord from the Alliance that is not a traitor, it makes sense. What will you do then, Magnus, if you're a warlord? Will you take the fight to Krovian Empire to avenge Ragnar?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would be best for Saline people. If we already have, traitors within our midst, then maybe we should look internally before we start heading to war with others.
Yeah, we will need to rebuild. My allegiance will always be with the Stormbearer first. And although
Understandable.
we come from different clans, there is still a small pocket of Oakhammer, even though he was also killed in the battle. You've given me much to consider, but I would still implore you to find a way to help me resurrect him.
If anything comes across me, I'll let you know.
He gives you a nod, and then the dream around you slowly starts to fade out into like a mist, and it puts you back on castle.
Fucking drama. God damn.
A little bit of time passes, and the five of you start to wake up. It's mid-afternoon as the five of you awaken. You get your health back and your spells.
Hell yeah.
You see Magnus sitting there, kind of just watching over everything.
So did you dream?
I did, and Wolvig told me that he shares me it's not his frost that took him.
Maybe Dr. Gregliath got it wrong. Maybe he thought it was just frost giant.
I asked him to ask his closest frost giant, see if he can find out anything. He said he would get back to us. And then I had another interesting dream, and I'll let him know about the Speaker of Ragnar asking me to resurrect or help resurrect Ragnar's body.
That makes me want to send a message to the king to burn his body.
I mean, something like that did happen, and we waited a little bit. Then I could tell him I got word of Ragnar's body being destroyed.
We could do that.
The deceit.
So,
Fucking politics. Everybody lies.
Are you going to
Real
fight
natural.
Wolvig when you get into power? If you do get into power.
Wolvig swears that he is not interested in becoming warlord.
Okay.
I have a feeling he's a liar.
I mean, there's a
No,
possibility.
He says it. He's
He's being so truthful. Yes, I do not trust a word that man says.
I agree.
I have
But-
full faith in Dr. Gregliath is true. That every single word he has said. We will find out when we get there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's not much more we can do. It's not like we can just stroll up in his town and fucking start exploding shit.
Here's a cheese log. How are you doing today? Hello, everybody.
So, are you going to use yeet as your lightning bolt command?
I was thinking about it.
Yeet. Yeah, yeet.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. Yeah.
That's funny.
So wait on sending the message to the king then.
Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. If his body's not destroyed, then just know that the Root Walker clan and Speaker of Ragnar are trying to find ways to bring him back. Right now, from the looks of it, we're still in his good graces. He fully believes Bullwig was the only one, as far as I can tell. So, yeah, I'm not sure. He's definitely trying.
Zombie Ragnar.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think I'll send the sending later.
Just let me know whenever you do.
Send his body to the haunted lands. What happened?
No.
It's gonna turn into a worm monster.
Yeah. Fucking Ma.
Yep.
So what's our plan? Are we getting on the horses and heading out, or what are we doing?
It's up to you, King Magnus.
Snack King Magnet.
Whatever your grace desires.
Your Grace.
Yo, Grace.
Bend the knee.
You bend the knee.
So what do you guys suggest then if we're not going north?
Should I see the map
What
again?
will we do?
I mean, I said what I think. I think that we can't babysit them from every little danger.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
they were
leaving
fighting.
now.
They were fighting off fucking undead for,
Mm-hmm.
days and months and years.
A small club of hill giants isn't going to take them down.
Took down that hunting party really well. They're pretty well.
Yeah, they took down
Yeah.
one.
And
of
our
the
goddamn fire giant.
Because they went into the woods and they were not at all aware and they got
Yeah, we need
ambushed.
to
That
tell them
happened.
that they should not head into the woods.
How many Minotaur do we have? What, 200? And there was 9 in that hunting.
Yep.
I think I
Are
lost
hill
8.
giants?
You're down.
possessive?
But are they-
Hill giants vengeful, is that the thing?
You're about
No, no, no,
190
like-
Minotaur now. Get
Are
like
they going to
190.
wage war on us?
They probably did some
Are
horrible
they-
things to the 8. They
How far out was the hunting party?
About 2 hours.
So the Minotaur can't go out to get meat.
Are they
They can go
possessive
fish.
of like an area? Like, could I look that up in my library?
What are you looking for?
Well, I don't think they'd be able to go far to fish either. There's that whispers thing, which may be dangerous, and then there's the
We're right next to a river. The
Possible
whispers seem
crack.
like it's further up the river, and the Kraken's all the way at the other end of the.
Are they possessive of an area, like hill giants?
Yeah,
Or just
mhm.
giants in general?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe there's some credence to them going into the Viridian thicket.
so just go to they can only go to the outskirts of the forest if they need stuff to cut wood.
We'll make it forbidden. They cannot enter. You cannot enter the thicket.
I mean,
Just
they
let
can
'em
enter.
know.
They just need to be weary about it.
Just let them know what's in there. Yeah, fucking.
Well, I was
giant.
saying, we can just talk to Azar. He can just accompany
And
us.
yeah, they have a dragon here.
Fucking dragon could eat them all.
Yeah, wherever
I
you
think they're
guys
pretty
put your.
safe if we go somewhere, as long as they just avoid the forest, we should be, for now at least.
Wherever you guys try to make a stronghold, there's always going to be some sort of danger around it somewhere that you have to deal with.
All right, that plan is set. We're leaving them. Goodbye. Head out.
So you're getting on the horses? 4 horses?
I think we'll just warn them about the area inside, that there's hill giants, a bunch of them, and try
Not
to stay on the
straying too
outskirts.
far.
Yeah. If they're trying to hunt, I would suggest more fishing for them to get their food.
Okay.
sustenance.
Mm,
Don't try to sail down the river though. There's
Yeah.
a Kraken down there. Do not go to Goal Point.
Stay very, very close to the city and the town. Do not venture too far away.
Here, we'll write out a map and we'll just put.
Don't go here. Don't, definitely
A
fucking don't go
big
here.
circle right around the town. You cannot leave this circle. Oh, shit. Now, here, your fence is up. Goodbye. We leave you home by yourself.
I'm assuming you guys
I'll try to
been. Oh, go ahead.
I'll try to stay in contact with Ezer too.
Yeah.
On off days, just to make sure everything's good.
Sure. I'm assuming you guys spend the rest of the day, since it's a short day, getting supplies, talking to your Minotaur, talking to the clansmen, and then you leave at first light the next day.
Yeah.
4 horses. Magnus and Avon sharing a horse.
Yeah.
Zervesh in eagle form.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to go along the road towards Alheim. Not to a field, but like around the thicket. And then up,
Yep.
so you're going east.
Yep.
Okay. So I haven't pulled this out in a while. Let me pull out the campsite again.
Oh shit.
It's been a minute since we used the campsite for this group.
Yeah.
So you guys set out onto the open road. You'll have a couple days of not much, if there's anything you want to talk about while you're on the road as you head towards Alheim. It's going to be a good 2-week journey at the least, so.
I'll start telling them fish stories about the Kraken that I've heard.
Nice.
These son of a bitch is gigantic. 20 arms that'll fucking rip your limbs off. A
By
giant
the 4th
feet.
day, I'm like, oh my god, he told us one.
But it's amazing. These are fucking great.
I'm gonna whisper to Magnus.
Oh yes, whisper in my ear while we write the verse together.
Whisper sweet nothings.
What you got for me, Avon?
The greatest love story is unfolding.
Barry's
You'd
out
be
of
a
this.
great queen.
Yes, queen, yes. And my thing is, when are we going to bring Pina here? She's going to be our official town healer.
She has to pass her fucking classes first.
Yep. Gotta become the best of the best. We don't accept the rest. Come on now.
She's the best around. Did you want to whisper like to Magnus, or are you just doing it through chat?
Doing it through chat.
Gotcha.
I don't whisper back. He just says out loud in front of everybody, keep it close. That's it.
You see Avon
Oh.
get close to Magnus's ear and
Yeah.
whisper, whisper.
Huddle up, boys.
Keep it close. So are spoken me.
So when you guys travel, this will be about day 6.
Bam.
Also, we need to find ourselves like a engineering gnome to bring home.
Jebedo.
Gotta go find one and adopt it.
Jebedo, Pennywinkle.
Adopt Jebedo.
Yep.
Professor at the college.
Who you
though.
sending to?
Can we steal him?
Azor.
Gotcha.
Just checking in.
So far on this length of the journey, it seems pretty quiet for the Minotaur folk. Islar says they've been making progress building the outer wall and some of the interior buildings. They've been living off fish for the most part, as now
That's
they're
good.
kind of scared to go into the thicket. Besides being on the outskirts.
Yeah.
On your journey here, it's about midday, and as you get to this part of the forest, it's not an earthquake, but the ground like shakes uncontrollably as you guys are just riding. It just be like a 2 on the Richter scale of an earthquake. The ground's shaking underneath as the 4 of you are riding. And eagle view from Zervesh, you can see some of the forest almost like moves left and right with the shaking of the ground.
So is it like a continuous thing, or is it like a yeah?
It
so
continues
it's not like
on
an
for-
earthquake, but
20 minutes or so, and then it stops.
just because it like really stops, or because we're too far away from it?
An hour passes, and then again, it starts to shake. And the trees again start to sway. But as you guys keep to the road, you are still relatively safe. You just feel like the outskirts of what would be some kind of earthquake or tremor.
The Great Tremor from the map.
We're all curious, I know.
The next day, you guys wake up to a heavy rainfall. As it's been a while since there's been a good rain here, but the rain starts to fall heavily. You continue on your journey for another couple days. You can see the Viridian Thicket to your west now, and you can see the Mistwood to the east. The Mistwood's more of a pine. There's a heavy like fog that surrounds the Mistwood. You can make out parts of the Arctos Shield to your south now in your rear view, but you continue on the Cloudburst Bluff, heading north. And it's 2 more days past. Go ahead.
Come across any travelers as we're going on this road?
It's been strangely nothing.
Can I do a perception check?
Sure.
Okay.
With a 13?
I've been keeping an eye out too.
Usually you expect to see some sort of travelers or some sort of merchants, but for the most part, this has been a very quiet, secluded, strangely eerie journey of not much has been marching along this road.
Well, the road we're traveling on, does it look like it's well traveled? Or it was at one point, or does it like super weedy?
It definitely was at one point, yeah. It's just a standard dirt road for the most part. You could maybe assume that no one really travels south to Marsonia anymore. The Octor Shield. Might be because of the war, it might be because merchants aren't really friendly that way anymore. No one's really going to Avernus for obvious reasons. Or fuel. It's almost like any trade in this part of town is gone for the most part, and there's no merchants traveling, no one escaping. Maybe the wars had more of an effect than what you guys thought. But you guys make camp for the night on this night. And is this going to be like, is Magnus just the one that stays up all night and kind of watches?
Okay.
I like your ambiance. It's very nice.
Because Magnus doesn't sleep, so he can keep watch every night now pretty easily.
Yep.
Keep watch.
So on this night, I need 2 perception checks from Magnus.
Oh, I feel it.
Sup, Grandmaster? How you doing?
No, I was thinking of something else that's been chasing us for a bit.
Primrose, I don't know.
Vampires.
The vamp.
As you're sitting around the fire, Magnus, the fire just dies. Goes to black. With your 120 feet vision, you look around. Nothing sticks out. The horses are sleeping or eating grass softly. Your 5 companions are asleep.
And it's just relight it.
Goes out again.
The fuck? We can wake up Avon. Not lightly, just kick him.
Yo, get up.
What? Huh?
Something weird's happening right now. Every time you light the fire, it just goes out. I need your help because you are more, proficient with the magic stuff. Watch. Just watch. Just watch. He starts the fire.
Goes out again.
The fuck, bro?
Frank and beans for dinner.
Can I perception check?
Sure. With an 18, you look around. Nothing sticks out. You with an 18?
And then I'll do third eye. Did you
With-
sight?
With a third eye, standing a little ways off in the distance, you see 4 vampires are standing there staring at you.
I fucking called it.
You see the familiar faces of Ashir, Anastasia, Volenta, and Ludmilla, the son and daughters of Sebastian Vanneris,
Magnus, wake everybody up.
whose father that you guys killed with the stake in the northern wildwoods almost half a year ago. They're just standing there staring.
Why you want me to wake everybody up?
The vampires are here.
What vampire?
Do you remember Sebastian?
Yeah,
Remember?
he's dead.
Their sons and his sons and daughters.
I don't fucking see him. I think you're just waking everybody up for no reason. They're gonna be pissy at you. So Max will walk around and just nudge everybody awake.
I'll kick Rizzo awake.
Oh, no, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, sleeping, dreaming of fucking on my ship again. What are you doing?
Fucking on your ship again?
Yes, the ships are great. I mean, yes.
They were in motion with the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, we of course see them as he points them.
They slowly fade from the translucence, so you can all 6 of you can see them. And Ashir snaps his finger, and the firelight kicks on in a dim light. And you see the son and the brides of Sebastian Vanderus standing there staring. Good evening,
Nice to see
Avon.
you again.
It took some time, but we were finally able to reconnect.
Been half a year, hasn't it?
It has been a while. We've traveled a very long distance to say hi to you again. You remember our father?
Yeah, we do.
I see you wear Artel's eye patch. Vampire Slayer.
Then you know what that must mean.
We are not here on bad terms. There is no need to step forward.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Rizzo and Resin, Tasiki, none of you have met.
Nope. That's
Um,
why I'm stepping forward. Like, what?
Stay on guard, but
Ludamilla walks up towards Rizzo and very seductively puts her hand on your shoulder and like grazes the side of your face. Handsome.
What in the fuck?
she's a vampire. Don't.
Take a step back.
Stay on
towards
guard.
Horizon.
What do you mean? Are they friend or foe?
They're foe.
So
Long story short, we killed their dad. So, anyways,
But you freed us, Magnus.
why are you here then?
Well,
Why?
I'm gonna pull on insight on that. But you freed us, Magnus. Is this kind of like them trying to trick us or no?
You sense a resentment coming from Escher's voice when he says it. But there's also a truth to it.
what are you here for?
Just because the chain is gone does not mean you are not still hunted, my friend. By the forces that followed you long ago. We have spoken to them, we have seen them. The distressed body, while they cannot marry your friend who is absent, will find another.
So
Here
you're
to-
working with them now?
We walk a fine line. But we are a family to ourselves, and he holds his hand out to the 3 brides. Do you know what it's like to dig into the ground to sleep when the sun comes out, to travel this far? Just to find you and speak to you? Surely you could have some gratitude.
Well, we just have wary intention. We have no idea what your motive is. Like you just said, it took a lot of effort to come find us, but you're not here to kill us. Are you here to warn us?
Yes, to warn you that the distressed body has taken a liking to someone that you are familiar with. And as we travel north to Nephistrad, we just wanted to let you know, for old time's sake,
Who is it he's taking a liking to?
He smiles.
Avon would marry him right now.
It's actually Rizzo. The chosen one.
Hello.
Chosen one.
Well,
Should give me the sword.
we appreciate the heads up.
Would you be so grateful as to give us a drink before we depart?
Ew, no.
This is valuable information. We are warning you that the distressed body is forever hunting. And they are one with El Terrell.
Tasiki goes up to him, hands her their flask of water. Here you go.
They don't even motion, they just kind of look at you. Valenta walks up to Tasiki and runs her hair and hand down your fur. My.
Ew. I'm not a fan of that. I was trying to be nice. No touchy.
But you have the taint of the below. I can smell it on your fur. It smells like home.
No.
And
Do
you...
not relate me to you at all.
She turns and looks at
Don't
Ryzen.
take my water then.
I see the keychain around your neck. You follow someone that is very acquainted with the below as well. The below, even if you try to turn your back on it, it is always there.
I'm aware.
The matron cannot keep him at bay forever.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
May I see your artifact, Avon? A little closer.
My eye patch?
Yes, I mean, it was worn by a very powerful Avi's fighter. I feel like I would like to see it one last time. To be around such an artifact that was responsible for killing my father. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Do not be startled, I can feel the power coming off of all 6 of you. This is not the early days of the Wildwood. I would be very wary to start any kind of conflict here.
Can I discern the intent?
Make insight.
behind Why she or he wants it?
Curiosity. Not malice.
If you take it and try to leave with it, there will be consequences.
You can wear it, just come closer.
I'll come closer.
He like leans forward at you. You can see the red and amber of his eyes. And he licks his lips a bit as he leans in.
Manic steps forward too.
I felt the earth shake, Magnus, when you freed him. With my father's murder weapon.
You felt it.
The whole world felt it. The world shook when Hrolfir was free. The world shakes now.
And why does the world shake?
It shook when you freed the beast. Now the beast roams. You look at us as we are beasts. We were born this way. You unleashed yours.
I guess no way you can say I was born this way too.
He looks over his shoulder. Sisters. The sun will be up soon. We should bid farewell to our friends.
I cut my forearm and let it drip into like a container.
Is this a parting gift?
I mean, you said you weren't here with ill intentions.
This is greatly appreciated. He bows. He holds his hand out.
I'll pass it to him.
He takes a drink and he hands it to his sisters, and they all take a drink. As they turn and they start to walk back into the forest, and as they do, Ashir looks over his shoulder. Lord Rawl is coming for you, Avon. You should be prepared. And then they just step out into the darkness.
What
What
the hell
a
is that,
bunch of
Avon?
weird fellas.
Do I know that name?
Lord Rawl. Make an intellect check.
Pure?
Yeah. See if you can remember. 21's pretty good. So when you guys are in the Grandmaster's halls, you remember seeing the statue of Lord Rawl.
Oh,
Shit.
Creepy
Oh,
guy.
shit.
what'd you do to him?
I didn't do anything.
That you know of.
Well,
Thinky, why do
being
you-
that we've seen him when we went to the man with a fucking nasty ass cape on with the multiple faces,
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Yeah.
sure that is why he is after us.
Yeah, Rizzo
Yeah.
was there.
That
I
makes
was
sense.
there.
Yeah.
And why does Tusiki smell like the below to them?
She did say that she was a Minotaur one time in her life.
That and Rusco are from the below.
Ooh,
This is true.
that I
Just
didn't
from the
know.
below?
Yep.
No, I had no idea.
Zuko
Yeah,
saved
it was
them
not always a
a
Rusco.
very long time ago.
I had no idea.
I was blessed by Bedoma. She brought me back. So I could carry on the great word of Harafir.
Have you heard of Lord and Savior? Rough hair.
I would have preached to your friends there, but they made me very uneasy.
Yeah, they.
Not friends.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're friends. Long story short, we killed their father.
And that is how Harafir is.
Yes, we used the stake from his chest to free Harafir.
I see.
We could have purified their souls with fire, but
Could have. You could
you
attack
guys
him.
were.
I was totally thinking about throwing a fireball.
I
but
was
they didn't.
ready.
They didn't do anything
I was readying the javelin.
to attack.
I was ready to say yeah yeet.
Yeah,
It's every single one of them all in a line. Here we go.
I feel like the less enemies we make at this point, probably the better.
That's why I didn't attack.
Yep. I was just waiting for a signal or them to do something stupid, which I didn't think they would do. But that was interesting.
So you killed their father, and then now they came to warn you and help you? That's weird.
That's weird.
Because you freed them.
Well, from what they said, they freed.
Well,
I agree. It is weird.
it is what it is, I guess. As long as they don't come back.
I had this strong feeling the whole time.
That was them.
He did say vampires before you.
Oh yeah, and then I messaged Z right before.
Maybe you guys should get some more rest.
I would agree to that. Siki's gonna go back and lay down.
Okay.
Avon's just gonna keep an eye out now. He's gonna go to bed, but he's gonna look around before.
Rest of the night, it's, nothing jumps out at you. It's pretty uneventful. The fire stays lit.
I like how they were being just really passive and they were just like putting the fire out. Being a bunch of creepers.
Hey, notice us. Hey, look at me.
It's probably a good thing that you didn't have him do anything, Lee, because I have Sunbeam.
Yeah, no, you guys are way more stronger than they are, though. You're way more powerful.
That could have probably wiped him out.
What was it? Sunbeam? Just in the line.
Where they said they were heading?
To Nephistrad.
Sunbeam's a 6th level radiant spell.
They would have been bye-bye.
Oh yeah, they'd have been toast.
I have sickening radiance too.
Yeah, those guys are way lower level than what you guys are now.
I remember when that used to be my artifact. Like how I would power it up
Yeah,
or awaken it.
it's changed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
I was
wait, can we
thinking-
kill them?
Yeah. I was
Can we
thinking.
awaken it?
But I assumed it's changed since then, so I didn't act upon anything.
Yep. So you wake up. And you're back on your feet. Shabink.
I'm gonna send a sending on this day
Sure.
to Ezor, and just ask for it checked up.
A day prior, hill giants attacked a band of Minotaur into the forest, but a couple were killed, but many returned. We cleaned up the wounded and have continued on with our day.
As long as it's not open. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that to the group.
Mhm.
As long as they don't go into the Viridian thicket, I think they'll be fine. They were attacked, but many survived.
They were attacking the thicket.
Yep.
The vampire said something interesting last night. The whole world shook when Harafa was released.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering about the Great Tremor.
Me too.
Do you think something else awakened when he awakened? Or do you think that he actually caused?
I don't know, it just seems odd that we've been feeling the tremors. And they use the terminology, you know, the whole world shook and it continued.
Music cut out? Gotcha.
Hmm.
Do you think it's some of Horalfir's power still trapped?
I don't know. Like I said, I just thought it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
It may not have anything to do with Harafa.
Do you want to go back?
No,
Nope.
Investigate? No, no.
I was just bringing it up.
We can check it later if we need.
Something to talk about.
Sure. Another day's journey, and you're getting very far away now from the Viridian thicket. You're on the outskirts of it. You guys lay down for camp. Same idea.
Yep.
Magnus, 2 perception checks.
You're gonna be
Easy.
again. Fire goes out.
Ugh,
Yes, this one
boy.
travel with us.
It keeps doing it. We forgot to say something, yeah. Come on, dude.
With a 3, time passes for a while. And nothing happens.
That you've seen. Bwahaha.
With an 11, as your dark vision carries out past the fires, this time you hear the soft movement of light footsteps pressing against the grass to the south. You hear a little...
I'll I guess step to the edge of the light, the campfire. See if I can see anything.
The problem is with an 11, you do not see the displacer beast that crept up right behind Avon and is going to attack
Oh,
you.
sick!
He wants chicken.
And he's going to hit
You
Avon.
own chicken.
This is
Okay.
advantage with both attacks on Avon.
God
26
damn
crit!
it,
Oh, fuck!
24.
Poor Avon just gets
14.
rocked when he's sleeping.
20, 24. 30, you take 37 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
How much?
37.
Just fucking whips him across.
And then the 5 displacer beasts that have crept up on the camp are here. Roll initiative.
Taking it as a surprise round too.
Just on the one that attacked Avon.
Uh,
You are, however, waking up, which means you are not wearing any of your armor because you have to take it off to sleep. So you do not have your armor.
Well,
Unless you want to spend some time to put it on. But you are armorless, so your armor class is just your 10 plus your dexterity bonus. The Displacer Beast goes again. It's going to attack Avon twice with its tentacles. So if you haven't seen a Displacer Beast before, they are long 10-foot cat-like creatures with tentacles that reach off their backs and 8 legs, and they creep up like a panther. And when they attack, their tentacles come off their backs and they smash onto you and stick to you. Also, when you attack a Displacer Beast, it's almost like their body is moving translucently. So they have this thing called displacement, which means all attack rolls against a Displacer Beast have disadvantage until you hit one. And when you hit one, the displacement goes off until their next turn. So when they're in front of you, it's like they're moving around, almost like a mirror image, until you get a hit on them. So 2 tentacle attacks on Avon again.
miss. Shield. Miss.
Block. So you wake up to the Displacer Beast over you, just and you throw up your shield to block the tentacle.
Woo.
Displacer Beast rushes to Zervesh. He's gonna make 2 tentacle attacks on you. So you have your shield and you have your dexterity,
yep.
but you won't have your armor. 11,
Miss.
12.
Miss.
It just rushes out of the thicket and just. But you're able to block both with your shield. This one is going to dash at Magnus. Rizzo.
Alright. Heading over here to this guy. And I'm gonna take a 3 swipes at him.
You got it?
And longsword, longsword, longsword. And then I'm gonna shove his ass down.
All 3 hit. 15 hits, 19 hits, 23 hits.
Is it dead or no?
Nope.
If not, kicking that sumbitch to the ground.
28 points of damage. Oh, you can't beat that. So he's prone.
Down, kitty! And then I'm ending my turn.
You got it? Special Beast charges up to Magnus. Tentacle! Tentacle!
Hit.
So you take 14, 20. 20 points of damage. Oh no, the Special Beast rushes up to Magnus. You're surrounded by 3 Displacer Beasts with tentacles all flying at you. 18, 17,
Go hit.
21.
So 41.
Goes to Magnus.
Alright. Shit, I don't know what I want to do. Let's do a Witch Bolt level 6. On the one right in front of me.
Woo.
Gosh.
Left, the
dang.
one south.
This one.
Gotcha. So it's not a crit, but a 16 hits it. with 38 points of damage.
Zero. And that's my turn.
Zervesh,
I'll take the hit. I go over to Meg. Ooh.
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 Isn't just one attack for reaction?
I'll give it to you. 15,
Well, considering I just got fucked up.
23. I can't remember, so it's fine. 23.
I will reach out, touch Magnus, and he can move 30 feet within where he's from with Hidden Path.
They still get attack of opportunity.
Nope.
Okay.
You just disappear and go to where you are.
Bounce the fuck out.
Just
Nice.
Thank God.
It's like you-
And
it's like
I
you
went
stepped through the
there. Uh, I'll move here and straight line in front of me, blasting.
Nice. You got it? Sunbeam, 3 con saves. Middle one succeeds, the other 2 fail. Is it half damage on a pass?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'll double check that.
So you jump to the side and your beam goes out. The one close to you just gets just burned and annihilated, and just it's like its body is ripped apart and it just fades out. The other one dives to the side and dodges it, and then the third one takes it in the chest and falls back onto the ground. Its body blistered and burned.
Yeah, half damage. And if it got hit and failed to save, it's blind.
Blind? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this one is blind. Shabink. Till your next turn?
Until my next turn, yes.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
You got it. Ryzen.
Move 30 feet over here. 1 second. And then just gonna cast Flame Strike on the 2 bunched up.
Ooh, nice.
I think we all have the same idea. I was gonna jump down there and throw the javelin at him. Take him out 2 at a time.
Yeah, it's both.
Nice.
Dex says the one that's blind is disadvantage. Yeah, they both fail. This one is barely hanging on. But he's still alive. Your flame strike erupts from the ground, incinerating the one that was blind and couldn't see. This one is like, it's burnt, it's crispy, but it's barely alive. Ava.
Kick it while it's down. Kick it while it's down.
Alright, I'm gonna do 2 Scorching Rays on this beast here.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then shoot one at the one that's ninja down there.
sure. Woo.
Yes.
So your first 2 hit the one in front of you. 24. And then the bottom one hits for 8. Still, it's barely hanging on the one at the bottom there. Still alive, but it's barely alive. And the one in
If
front
I
of you
move-
just...
If I move, will it attack me?
Yeah, disadvantage.
Let me see something. Yeah, I'm gonna take the attack.
13.
Miss. Oh no, that hits.
12.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, I'll take that. 12 damage, but
Tentacle wrists around and smacks you in the leg.
cower.
Okay. You're hiding behind Rizzo. Rizzo, who was in his underwear with his shield and sword. Ah!
Yeah, my shield, my sword, I'm ready to go.
Do I do stealth roll or no?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Disiki.
See, he's gonna use twin spell to cast True Firebolt.
Yeah, he's gone. And that one hits. Actually, that one misses. 12 misses that displacer beast.
Why is it 12?
Because he's the displacement where he's like dancing back and forth.
Oh,
It's like a mirror. He's gonna stand. 2 tentacle attacks at Rizzo. 24,
Yeah.
22.
I think both of them hit. I should be at 20. So, yeah, both hit.
27? 27 points of damage as they smash onto your armorless body in the chest. Jumps forward at Siki. 9, 22. Take 10 points of piercing bludgeon as the second tentacle smashes you across the face. Rizzo.
Well, I'm taking my 3 long swords. And then I'm gonna shove his ass down. Athletic, maybe.
Your third one drops him.
Okay. He dead.
Ching ching and then
And then I think I'm gonna maybe use Action Surge. And I'm
got
gonna
it.
use the boomstick on the guy over there.
yeah, you got it.
Pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. Maybe?
It did some damage at least.
Does the 14 hit?
So the 8 misses and the 7 misses. And the 14 hits. Oh, the 14 hits, so the other,
Yeah,
so the crit goes through.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 9. And then
Doesn't that one explode when he gets a crit though?
oh yeah, doesn't it? Let's look. I can't
think
remember.
it
Gotta love those weapons.
The boomstick.
Roll 3 D100s.
3 D100s.
They all go off.
If I die because
All right. Oops.
Good. 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 Yeah, all 3 shots go through.
Yeah. Pew pew pew.
First one hits. The second one he ducks under, and then the third one hits him right in the face, and he falls back.
Yeah.
I've been trying. I know.
Magnus.
Do another level 6, which fuck.
He got hit, so it's a 23. 41 kills it.
Fuck yeah!
Well-
Use the axe.
You gonna pull out your axe?
Yep.
Chuck it at it.
So as your
you
witch
gonna take
bolt, well, as your witch bolt destroys the displacer beast, you see Magnus hold out his axe, and like the displacer beast is like pulled, and his body is sucked into his father's axe.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
So you have absorbed the displacer beast into your father's axe, into Dark Shield's
Yeah.
dominance.
Come on, Greg 5.
So as an action, you can release it, and it rolls initiative, and you control it.
He's a good boy. Look at him.
That's a good boy.
He's a good boy. Fucking sick.
Were you sleeping on the watchman's?
You know what? They're sneaky. I heard the one down south, but I didn't hear the one behind you. My bad. Start sleep with your armor on.
Can you move it?
I don't have armor.
Yeah.
Cool. It's under your folder. So whenever you want to release it, you can. If it dies, it dies.
It dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, let me verify. Pretty sure it does. Isn't actually, so whatever command phrase you want to do to release it, it's friendly to you and your friends. Roll initiative for it. It has its own turns. You can control it without returns your axe after 1 minute. The only way you can heal it is if you use charges.
Yeah. Heals for 10?
Yep. Yes.
Charge?
Yeah. So you have a displacer beast.
Yeah.
Goes back into the axe.
Music was a touch loud there.
Yeah.
Back to cricket.
The body of 4 displacer beasts lies around your camp. 5th one being absorbed by Magnus. Everyone looks pretty good except for Magnus took a little bit of damage and Avon, who is covered in tentacle scratches.
Fucking ravaged.
Avon just face plants into the bed.
I'll heal him for 66.
Ah,
Then I'll go to bed.
So as you guys heal up, the next day you awake.
do I fully heal or no?
Yeah. Yep, fully up. Spills back, and you're back on the
Damn,
open
you go
road.
quick.
On the road again.
On the road again. It has been 18 days since you guys left.
Yeah, sending
Mm-hmm.
Eazor. Check up.
The day before, another attack happened on the Minotaurs from the Hill Giants as they went to the forest. A couple more lives were lost, but for the most part, as long as they don't go into the forest, they're safe. It's just when they go in a little too deep.
Stop going to the forest. God damn.
Stop.
Oh.
Equals death. Do not go.
I mean, I'll just do another sending and tell them to stop going into the forest.
I will tell them, but they need wood and supplies to build the city.
Makes sense.
Checks out.
You guys are about
Did we
to...
go like loot Avernus for parts and stuff?
Town was burned, wasn't it?
It was pretty well destroyed, yeah.
Yeah, that was destroyed. There's parts that they were able to get, but to build a church and a wall and stuff.
Yes,
Goddamn
I
church.
Church comes first.
They're following... They're following orders. You guys are about a day out from Alheim. When you get close to Alheim, it's a smaller city compared to what you've seen. On the outskirts, it's you would estimate maybe 500 residents at the most. It's a very wooden structure around the sides. Farmland surround it. A nice river or a nice pond is also next to it. The pond looks like it flows into the cloudburst. On the outskirts, though, you can see a lot of the Krovian golden claw flags are still floating around it. You see a sizable force of the Krovian army is like on the outskirts of the city. A lot of Krovian tents are on the outskirts of the city.
Is this like a busy town?
No, this is a very small, what was once a sailing town, about 500 people. Mainly just farmers and people that fish in the pond. But that Krovian force is still sitting there. So on the horses are going into the city?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you make your way in, most of the town folks, you go along a dirt road. guys have been blessed with very nice spring weather, not much rain. But as you go into the city, you go past the wooden palisades into the city. There's not much of a Salian guard here. In fact, you really don't see any Salian guard. Most of the people in the city are human. They keep their heads down. Chickens rush past your horses as you walk by. People are carrying large sacks of grain and of rice. You hear a blacksmith hammer fall on the side, and he's making very simple weapons. And then you see a force of 6 or 7 Krovian full plate mailed armor walking through the city, just kind of walking around and looking. As you walk past, they kind of look at you and they give you a nod and they keep walking. Then they walk into a small inn on the side. And the inn looks to be somewhat lively during the day. There's a couple people inside you can hear drinking and laughing. But you're in Alheim. It's a very small city. It looks to be under Krovian rule. Is there anything you guys want to do in the city, or are you just passing through quickly?
I mean, if there's really nothing to do, like, it's a pretty quiet town.
I don't think we can buy supplies here or anything.
I want to swing by the.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
All 6 of you?
Yep. I'll walk with them.
So you go up to the inn. The inn is a very small wooden establishment. There's a sign on the front door, and it says the Pig's Roost. There's a large picture of a pig on the front. And as you go inside, you can smell almost like, you like walking in the morning, you smell bacon. You can smell the delicious smell of bacon for those that aren't vegan in the group. I don't think anyone's vegan in the group.
I'm vegan.
Are you?
No.
You be disowned.
This is 2019. I gotta ask.
Gluten-free and lactose intolerant.
On the front, there's a bar, and behind the bar is a Salian man. He's a bartender. He has a very long brown bush beard. And then the 7 Krovian guardsmen are sitting there on their own little table to the side. They take up 2 tables. There's a couple small farmers that are also sitting there, keeping to themselves. But as you walk in, the barman looks up, gives you the 6 of you a nod. Looking for a drink?
The best you got.
Afraid all we have here is mead and water.
Give me 20 mead.
I don't know if I have 20 glasses.
Got it. How many glasses do you have left?
7.
Okay, we'll take them all.
7 glasses of mead. He lines it up. Put 7 glasses in front of you.
I down 5.
I forgot about this.
Yep.
I'll down 2.
You're going down the other 2?
Yeah.
So the 2 of you down the mead in front of your friends, your companions. That'll be 7 copper.
I'll lay a gold on the bar top.
The Krovian guards look over and they continue with their drinks. And the man behind the bar is like, he's a gold piece? I appreciate it. You want more?
Now look at everyone else. Anybody else want a drink?
I would.
Sure.
Line them up again.
Can I insight those 2 guards and they looked up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey guys.
I blame Siki.
They seem to be just curious about the... Yeah, we got a crit to a fail. They seem to be just curious about the Salian guy that walked in here and just pounded 5 beers in a row. He takes the mugs, doesn't even wash them out, and just fills them with meat again from the barrel and puts them in front of you. Lays up 7 more. With a 21 perception, the guards are keeping to themselves and drinking. The couple of men here, there's a couple of Salian men are just drinking to themselves quiet in the corner.
Okay, so nobody stands out, nobody's having an involved conversation, anything like that.
No, it's middle of the day. No, everyone that would be here is either working or guards for the most part.
Is there like a posting board in the inn or like a job board or something with like information or just news or anything like that?
There's no news. It's almost like this town is a lot more deserted than what it used to be. Which may be from the war fields to the north where the war just ended maybe less than a month ago. So this place
He's
is...
gonna go up to the barkeeper.
Mhm.
Pretty quiet town. This is. Anything exciting ever happen?
Well, if you count the war that was happening to the north, you know... He looks over. Are you Krovian?
I'm neutral.
Yeah, the Krovian Empire here were waiting for Storm Bear when he came. They got him just north, a couple miles north of the city.
So why haven't they left?
It's a good question. They pay, which is nice, but as long as they're here, your brethren won't come back till they are gone. I mean, they killed their champion.
Has the trade been down in the town since the war started, or was it always quiet?
No, we have a very good situation here. We're close to a great bay of water, and you know the mountains are close by, and there's mines in the mountains and lush, fertile farmland. But the war scared many away. But when Ragnar was marching and we had trade routes and supplies, Alheim was very prosperous. But I'm afraid with his death, it's been very, very quiet and hard to make coin. Why are you all passing through here?
We're just travelers from the south.
Heading to Sleet's Land.
Oh, you're going to the Empire.
We are.
Is the Warlords Alliance dead? Have you heard anything?
Not much.
Outside, you hear a lute play. Ding! And you see this, almost like he looks like a Salian bard, but he walks in with this large lute. And he goes, he's playing like a soft tune.
A Salian bard? What?
So Salian bards, they're not like Dandelion, in which they don't go, toss a coin to you. They don't do anything like that. It's a very rough. What music go out?
It's metal.
The
Fuck.
Mongolian.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm getting a dirt. But he has a rough voice. And he starts to sing about Ragnar. Ragnar, Stormbearer, champion of the land. And as he walks in, the Krovian guards turn and look at him.
Shot.
You'll quiet your tone.
Ooh.
And he stops and he looks over at him. Apologies. He goes and sits down in the corner. Ale, please. Folkvar. The barkeep nods and... I'm afraid we're out of glasses, friend. You must give me a moment.
I'll down one and then hand it back to him.
The bard goes, Folkvar, clean glass. And as Folkvar is filling, he's like, oh. He drinks it and then he washes it in water quick and then fills it again. Takes it over and drops it in front of the bard.
I'm gonna give 5 gold to the barkeep.
You're a man of gold.
We've been blessed to travel. If the Krovian Empire seems to stay too long, just know Avernus is now being rebuilt and under saline control.
Interesting.
Spread the word if you want.
I do recall a Burning Tree clan going to Avernus, last I heard. Are you Burning Tree?
We are.
It's good to know.
What did is there anything else you heard about us?
About the Burning Tree?
Yes, sir.
Forgive me for offending, but I heard you were traitors of Ragnar.
No, that was Wolvig.
Yes, I heard as well that he's the reason that Ragnar is dead. Only the clans of Oakhammer and the clans of Wolfheart remained loyal to Ragnar. And Oakhammer has been pushed back to Sleet's Landing. And no one has heard from Wolfheart.
Hopefully they turn up.
Yes, that would... Anything that would push out these Krovian bastards would be greatly needed.
I'm not, and I want to give it to the bard and drop him a gold.
You enjoyed my tune.
Somewhat. What's your name?
He kind of looked up and down. Ranulfer.
Wait, what?
Ronald McDonald.
Ranulfer.
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 Okay.
Is that the Salient Ronald?
That is an on-the-fly made-up name.
I knew.
He has a dark black beard with streaks of white in it. He looks a little older.
You travel much, or you just an all-time resident?
I just came from Pamar, but came to Olheim because I heard the Empire was here and I had to see it from my own eyes. Wanted to see the spot that the great Ragnar fell, so I could put it into song. Are you going to see it?
I believe we actually might pass through it. We're heading to Kirador.
Yes, you will pass close by. Go a little east off the road, a couple days north. You'll see the destruction.
Maybe we'll do that.
So,
Nice meeting you. Right now, Bjorn.
He
Sorry to
says-
fucking say.
Ranulfer. Tell me, what was your name?
Magnus.
Magnus of the Burning Tree. I'm pretty sure that's what I overheard you say to the keep.
Yes, sir.
Why did you turn your back on Ragnar and leave him to die? The
We
war-
didn't believe in fighting the war before it even started.
Well, I would assume that your cowardice has led to his death, and our people to be under the heel of this empire.
Yeah, sadly. I guess we all make our own choices, don't we?
Not to me, I've never made a wrong choice in my life.
Don't believe you, sir.
I mean, I did stay with that wench many years ago, and it burns when I piss, but one bad choice out of many.
Well, once again, it was nice meeting you.
As you walk around, as you walk away, he just kind of stares at you. You can feel the resentment of you saying that you're at the Burning Tree, but they are not in a place to lash out because there's a bunch of guards around them.
Tasiki goes up to Magnus. You're gonna let him talk to you like that?
I told him. I told him I was part of the Burning Tree,
I'll whisper.
not the wolf.
I
So I
can
want-
change that memory of him.
Why?
I can make him think that you said, what's it? Wolfheart instead.
I didn't want to say wolf.
Why not?
I wanted to see what they thought of the Burning Tree.
Well, now the bartender's going to associate Avernus with the burning tree instead of the wolf.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Salient people aren't big fans of the burning tree.
Maybe, but I never said that we controlled it. I said it was under Saline control. So
Well, nothing interesting in this town otherwise. I suppose we could
it is weird
stay
that
here for the night.
it's weird that the Krovian guards are still here.
I think that they're all on edge.
Mm.
Maybe somewhat peaceful now, but
I assume the crown doesn't want this area to fall into disarray.
well, soon when you claim your warlord title, and we already have allegiance with King Krog, it'll help us find a peace, and things will go to normal, hopefully. Open up the trading again, which would be pretty helpful to New Abraxas.
I agree. So we wanted to stay here, or we wanted to continue on?
Would be nice to sleep in a civilized town for the night.
So for room and board, it's 2 silver per person. Includes meal for your horses and yourself. The meal is whatever they have, usually a stew of some kind. If you want to stay at the inn. The beds won't be comfortable, but they will be beds with blankets and furs.
Fuck it, let's do another gold. There you go.
Let me check, Kayla. Yep. So,
Nice.
yeah. Motion and sound.
Okay.
You can try to sleight of hand it. But if you fail,
Yeah,
he'll know.
no balls.
I'll do it when it's like the bar is kind of empty.
Okay. So you guys want to stay here for the rest of the day? Eat, drink.
Yeah, just take a day off and rest.
The bar will slowly fall out around 2 a.m. Most people leave. You guys are the only ones that are staying here for the night. Krovian guards have a presence, and they slowly walk among the smudged streets here. Just keep in peace, but for the ones that are on duty, the rest of them go to the north and sleep in their tents, where the others are encamped. Eventually, it's just the 6 of you at the bar. The barkeep.
I'll modify memory. The bar keeps.
Alright, cast it.
And we still haven't seen like any interesting travelers coming through, right? It's just been alien villager.
Yeah, nothing's really jumped out besides the guards. For the most part, the people that came were just farmers. Does a 14 beach saving throw?
Nope.
So he is modified. What do you want to make his memory?
For that exchange with Magnus, I will change it to Wolfheart.
Okay.
I will make it positive instead.
Okay.
In our favor. And that Magnus spent a lot of coin in the bar.
Are you doing this to where Magnus can see it, or are you just gonna wait until he walks away and hitting him?
I'm making it where it's only us two.
Okay. So as you guys, the 6 of you, head up to bed, unbeknownst that the modified memory was cast, the barkeep says goodnight to the Wolfheart clan, and he walks
Now
into the
he's gonna
back.
be boasting about it.
So he walks to the back as he says goodnight, Wolfheart clan, and closes the door.
And with that, I'll drop. Let me see. 30 gold under the counter.
Jeez.
God, you just bribed.
This guy's
Harold,
got dumped
don't
gold.
you?
He's making like 10 silver a day, and all of a sudden just
He's rich, being
make it rain. So before we end the night session, as you guys are all going into your rooms in Alheim, is there anything you guys want to discuss before?
Are we all in the same room?
No.
Okay. We all have our own room.
Yep.
Okay. Then never mind.
But this would be like a 3-3 room, so it'd be like 3 beds in one, 3 beds in another. This is a pour in, so whatever 3 wants to be in one room, and the other 3 would be in the other room.
There's
Oh,
really no
yeah.
way for us to investigate Lord Rawl, right? It's just kind of weird that the vampire showed up and we're like, hey,
Lord Rawl.
he's coming after you.
Yes,
And
Lord
we're
Rock.
like, eh.
There's time before we go to bed.
Huh.
Okay.
Take the gold out of your bag folding.
Alright, I'll take it out.
Mine at this point.
So 450?
450 gold?
450.
Yeah, looks like it.
Right.
So who is in the room with Ryzen?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Well, if it's 2 in the morning, I'm probably already sleeping in the bed.
Well, who does he
Um,
want to be? Because it doesn't really matter to me.
It's just whoever's in the room in Avon. So, whoever else
Yeah, I have
wants
to be in there.
in
Yeah.
character know this, feel free to step up.
We'll do, I guess, Z, Avon, Resin.
Half
And me,
asleep on the
Tasiki, and
bed,
Rizzo.
Blizzard.
So Lord Rawl is a member of the Distressed Body, along with the Grand Master, Malgas, Vastakan, Urzofk, and they're led by the Queen of Bones and her husband, Maladar Dictum. They are one of the organizations that follows the Below and El Taro. And their main area in the Below is they're on the Broken Reach. The Broken Reach is like the front lines. In the very center of the Below, the Broken Reach is the front lines. Matron of Ravens on one side, El Terrell's on the other side, and they fight in the center there, trying to push each other back. And Maladar Dictum is one of the main members that advances this. Lord Rawl is the visor of the court to Maladar Dictum. He is the Distressed Body's personal wizard. Once Lord Rawl had a more conventional form, but he forgot it somewhere, and he never seemed to notice. As he demonstrates in battle, he can reform himself out of any old organs that may be lying around dead or alive.
Whoa. What?
Okay,
Okay,
that's
what
good to know.
Rawl is precise and surgical. He's very tactical. He likes to experiment on his enemies, and he's fascinated by creatures with only one set of form. Which is all you guys. Except for Zavesh.
Oh.
Zavesh is boring.
Suck it.
Creatures who find their identities wrapped up in their one shape is strange to Lord Rawl. Imagine what a different person you would be if you wore your brains on the outside. Or if you had
Oh,
fewer
God.
or more limbs. Only fools fear change. Rawl has no ambition. He does not plot or scheme. For this reason, he does not rise higher than visors to this. But that means he also does not have to fear betrayal from the Distressed Body.
Alright, so he wants to find Avon and experiment on
So
him.
he's a wizard who
Question.
likes to experiment.
Would he be interested in me since I can change to my wolf?
If
The
he
second shape?
once he knows that you can, he would be like, eh.
Ah.
He'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That guy's weird. That guy's
he's
boring.
too.
Alright, that means just I need a polymorph, and then.
So if you were to like kill something around him, he could take the organs and come back to life.
Shit. That sounds awful. That sounds like a worse fight than fucking Maw.
But that is the legend lore of Lord Rawl.
So you have Advisor tell Terrell. Chasing you
I mean, I didn't
for
have this
some
before.
reason.
It's yeah.
Probably linked to your little book codex.
Yeah, that. Mainly that.
If he's looking for that, that's not a good thing. Oh boy. At least we know.
Before Rizzo and Ziggy fall asleep, all they see Magnus doing is playing with coin.
What you doing, buddy? Heads or tails, bitch?
He ignores you. He looks like he's lost in thought.
I wonder if he's got this O face again. Oh, face. Oh. Rizzo's just gonna lay down and go to sleep.
I forgot that he makes that face every time.
It's Lee's fault.
We watched that today. Shit, was that movie? Office Space?
Office
Make your
Space, yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna show my O face. Ow. That dude's funny as shit.
So our plan still is to go north and get a boat and then go up to the sailing area, right? Island. But no.
Yep.
All right. What's gonna happen?
Oh my god.
16th of Portal said it's summer. You guys are gonna pass through the spot where Ragnar died. On your way there. And you'll see the war fields.
True dead body.
And then it's
Such
all...
we didn't get a... Good.
Does that mean Lord Rawl can like resurrect from Ragnar's body?
The organs have to be close to him.
I was like,
Yeah, there's
I was like, don't give him ideas.
there's a radius. If you fight Raw, there's a radius where you can put organs.
Oh, I didn't even say. Ragnar was burned already.
Oh, he was. So you did already send that message.
Oh,
I sent the message and they said he's already been burned many moons ago.
good.
Can't bring him back.
I gave you the chance if you wanted to.
Fuck no. Or is I want to bring him back to kill him to go to every cool item he had. Didn't he have like storm giant bracers or something like that?
He had Ogre Giant bracers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Made you super strong.
Smash them together and it grows.
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys next week or 2 weeks you'll be getting out of this kind of smaller city because of the war, getting to a bigger city. I would make like quest boards and stuff, but you guys are going to be leaving really fast.
Yeah.
And then you're on a long boat ride over the frigid North Ocean to get to Sleet's Landing, the big capital.
Oh, shit.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That was dope.
So this next game will be January 11th, and it'll be Season 2, Episode 1 of Dying Embers. Monday we got The Rise of Harlock, and then Thursday we'll have the vote to see the top 5 players for artwork. 5 favorite players of 2019.
Woot.
So everyone on Twitch, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Monday.
Bye.